We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers. Oh, welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and most importantly, SideScrollersPlus.com. What's going on, everybody? Hey, happy Thursday to you. Man, we got a lot to talk about, and I'm glad you're with us. And we got a great friend joining us for the first time in a while. I'm glad he's here. Makes me happy. I'm also glad to see Blabs.
You know, I'm happy to see you too.
Are you?
Debatable. Anyway, hi.
You know, sometimes I just don't know. I just don't know.
I gotta keep you on your toes. Part of the contract.
And I appreciate that. You have a contract? No,
yes.
No, I'm just kidding. Yes, I'm just kidding. She has a contract. All right. Look, glad everybody's with us today. We got a big show lined up. We have a lot to talk about today. And joining us today, one half of the hit show blazing across the internet. From Normal World, ladies and gentlemen, it's Quarter Black Garrett.
Hi.
Oh, please. Thank you for having me back on. You posted that yesterday and said returning, and I was like, oh, that's right. It's been so long.
Yeah.
It's been like 84 years. But you're back.
Yeah.
That's right.
Thank you.
How's the show? How's everything going? Kicking ass?
As always, busy, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I really like your avatar for your show. It's really nice. As a matter of fact, I used it for our thumbnail today. Like you and Dave in there.
Oh yes. Yeah. I hate that photo. Photo.
You don't like that photo?
I got so much neck fat. Look at that neck fat.
Oh no.
They know how to pick it for the main promo image.
That's something that as you get older, you got to worry about the neck fat. You know,
that's just my problem now.
The turkey really chin. You know, it's all right. Hey, well, listen, I don't care about your neck fat. I like you the way you are, Garrett. All right, I'm just saying that right now. Well, we're glad you're here. Blabs, how's the neck fat coming?
Mine or Garrett's or yours? Which one are we discussing
Give me a rating on my neck fat. Is it better or worse?
Listen, as long as nobody can beat George Lucas, then we're all okay.
He's got a silhouette. It's like part of his icon.
It is true. Did you see him? He was at the Met Gala with like retired Nike sneakers. And I was like,
really?
Yes, what a legend. I love it.
Find a picture of him. I want to see it. Yeah, I want to.
They're like old too. He's been mowing the lawn in them. Some good dad shoes.
Let's go, dude. You need a good pair of dad shoes. I was actually out weed whacking this morning. That's why I was late, Blabs. I had to do a little weed
you were like,
whacking.
I'm running errands. And here I was thinking it was like some dad duty. Now he's just weed whacking.
No, this was, well, I mean, I did more than weed whack. But yes, I woke up early, did a little weed whacking this morning. Got to get around the fence, line.
Yeah.
We're having company this weekend. So you got to make sure the yard looks good when people come over.
You got to clean it up.
You got to be like this. We're not slobs all the time.
Yeah.
So anyways, but yes. Oh, we have George Lucas here.
Yeah, so those are his sneakers that he wear.
All right,
I should say on the mat.
Dude's pushing 90 or something, isn't he? How old is he?
He's definitely like
he's up there.
80. Okay, no, but 80-year-old man. No, he's definitely more than 80. But yeah, those are his sneakers. Shout out. Best dress at the Met.
You know, he's looking pretty good.
He does look great. I did not know his wife was taller than him. She's like a tree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's exciting.
It is 80.
Okay. Dissect his neck fat. How did that look? I think it looks good. It's looking pretty good. Pretty good.
All right. Well, we have, you know what? Breaking news. I see the chat going crazy over this. Let's, I cannot confirm or deny that we do have breaking news, but we might as well run it. If you care about religion at all, apparently there is white smoke rising from the Sistine Chapel right now, coming from the sky. So there will be a new pope. Hooray.
Yes. Catholic Super Bowl.
It's like, people get their pennants out.
Yeah,
Go team. Who will be our new head coach?
I think it's so funny because it's like the only time that people start like really focusing on Catholicism. They go like, "Wait, who's the Pope? Who's the Pope?" And like people don't even care about the Pope. Otherwise, it's just that one moment.
Yep.
That everybody's like, "Who is it? Who's it going to be?"
I don't really know a whole lot about Catholicism at all.
Me neither.
It's just one of those. The white smoke thing. That's kind of a neat thing. It's a nice, neat little tradition, I suppose. But is it like a depth chart of popes to where you're like, we really want this guy to be our pope, and I'm sure there's all sorts of politics involved. Just like if you're to get a new coach like the Cowboys or something, there's pope prospects. These are questions I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And how do they choose? It's like it's behind closed doors. Do they wrestle? Do they Rochambeau? How do they get this done? I want to know.
These are important questions that need to be asked as far as the selection process. And let's just be real. In the content age that we live in, don't you think that would be a pay-per-view event? Like, you want to raise money for the church, you get all your pope prospects lined up, and you tie them all up. Maybe you put, you know what you do? You do a knife battle. You do it like Michael Jackson style and beat it, where they attach themselves and they got to hit each other with knives. And strongest pope survives. I think that's. I
really respect all the pomp and circumstance. I kind of like it. It's cool. It's cool. They got like their traditions. They're going for it.
Yeah. I think that would be brilliant marketing. Like I said, you want to raise money for your church. You want to get it all tax free, man. We'll host it on Side Scrollers Plus.
New show.
That's right.
Pope Showdown.
Pope Showdown. I love everything about that. I also love that you're here, guys. Welcome on out. Like I said, we have a lot to talk about today. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Join the 117,000 just normal men who have found common sense in the video game and entertainment space. Do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button. We, hopefully if you find any value in what we bring you guys today, whether it's giggles or immense knowledge, hit the thumbs up button. Let's hit our goal of 1,337 thumbs up. As always, this show is brought to you by you over at Side Scrollers Plus. We're closing in. Once again, we've been tinkering on 500 plus members over there, and I want to get there this week. I would love to do it. We've been up and we've been down, and there's the churn and all that stuff. Head over to Side Scrollers Plus. Join us. If you'd like to give it a try, use promo code PLUS. Give it a try on a month-to-month basis. I think you get a free month over there. We got a lot of good things going over there, including Blabs, some wonderful content coming up this weekend in the form of...
Oh, okay. So before we even do this weekend, later today, premiering over on YouTube is the season finale of Nerd Duel, featuring yours truly, #1 retard right here. It is literally Battle of the Tards. It is... Wow, like I didn't think we could get any dumber, and yet here we are. So I highly recommend you check it out. It is already available to watch on Plus if you are a Plus member. So no spoilers if you saw it in the chat, please, for those who have not seen it yet on YouTube. So that is going to be premiering later today. We're going to raid right into the show. I will remind Craig, in case he forgets, that we're going to raid right into the show. Okay, that's
Thank
that.
you.
Yes.
So this weekend, though.
What? Let me go, Craig. All right, on Saturday we have on Saturday we have a discussion post coming up for everybody because we want more people to join us for free, guys. It is free. It's just like a community over there. Discussions, posts. You guys can post whatever you want. There's a couple people already doing that right now on a day-to-day basis, and it's really fun to see and have you guys react to things in the news. Really fun over there. So yeah, on Saturday and Wednesdays, I'm going to try to keep it as best as possible that we have a community post there. We have Mondays is like upcoming, like what's on Side Scrollers this week, feature post. But then this Sunday, guys, is like side dishes Buc-ee's, and you know how much I love my Buc-ee's now. So you get to see me experience it for the very first time ever in my life, and what an adventure that was. So I highly recommend you check it out. It'll be exclusive on Plus.
That's right.
Side dishes. Yeah.
Yes. So there you go. You guys join us over there. Use, we should probably make a promo code Buckies. I'm just saying.
I feel like that might be a bit hard because there's a hyphen in there.
Okay, Beaver.
And people will be like, "Where's the hyphen? No hyphen." So
Promo code Beaver. I think
Promo
that's the
code
one.
Beaver. I think so too.
Nuggets.
Or Nugs. Yeah, that's good.
Beaver nugget.
Speaking of Plus, we do have a nice discussion happening over on Plus right now. And Garrett, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Who would you rather fight? Would you rather fight a Hobbit-sized Darth Vader or 1,000 gorillas?
Oh, God. He's got all of his powers. He's just Hobbit size.
Darth Vader, not Disney Darth Vader.
Right. Obviously, that's why I go to straight for in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Gorillas? I'd
Gorillas.
say
1,000
gorillas. I feel like because gorillas are kind of docile if you don't mess with them. So do I have to take them all out?
Fight them though. It says fight.
Yeah, this is the rules here.
What's the time frame? Is it any time frame? Where are we fighting? Are we fighting in the jungle? Are we fighting in an open plain?
I guess we're fighting like in the Shire because that's where Darth Vader was, and when Grok created midget-sized Darth Vader. So I'm assuming we're fighting in the Shire.
Okay, I'm not taking Darth Vader because Darth Vader as Hobbit size is still as powerful as Darth Vader is. So I'm getting immediately choked to death, and it's not even going to be hard. So I'm going with the gorillas.
Oh wow, going with the gorillas. All right, they're going to take over that Darth Vader, even with his lightsaber and he's force choking and shit. Like,
he's killing me.
Well, yeah.
So he's fighting. Garrett wants to fight the gorillas.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I'm fighting the gorillas.
Oh, okay. That sounds. Listen, I pay to see that too. I'll host that on Plus. That'd be good.
Like,
I'll take him out slow though. I'm like a ninja. I'll hide, take one out individually in a row.
I'm imagining you like if I was upside down right now, I'm just imagining you just like into the stabbing it, gorilla in the neck. That's right.
I get double damage because it's sneak attack.
A crit. That's right. Crit damage right there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we get into today's presentation, we always like to start the show with Today in Gaming History. But before Blabs pulls that up, we've been playing a game where I get to guess the horrible games that Blabs puts on the list because these are the games that are released today. And Garrett, you get to help as well.
Okay.
So of the games released today here, and we'll take a quick glance at these as we go down. I am going to say, Blabs, you put on the list. Okay, I saw a couple right at the bat. I think that you put on the list Conan Exiles, Starhawk, and Myst 3 Exile.
All right, well, you may be correct on one of them, but I do want to point out how many like waifu games there were at the bottom.
There were
a lot there at the bottom.
Garrett, did you want to guess?
I was gonna guess Barbie Dream Pony, but it's not on the list.
Yeah, that's a good guess always. Yeah.
So I'm thinking Starhawk as well.
Okay.
I feel like that's come somewhere she'd pick 2013, 2012. Arcana Heart 3, because Heart I feel like would appeal.
Yeah.
She goes straight to it.
You assuming my gender?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Cat and Rabbit Pizza Farming?
Yeah, I have no idea what that
obviously.
is. That's brand new today, guys.
That's today.
See, I didn't even see these because they weren't on the list yesterday. 0 years old. All came out today. Wow.
No waifu?
Everlasting life, you know?
Yeah, that's good. Blabs, what about
Everlasting life?
Yikes. That's something like art.
No, shut up.
Play.
What? Yeah, that definitely. Okay, so let's do the big reveal, Blabs.
Alrighty, May 8th, everybody. Myst
Spyro
3 Exile released in 2001. I saw it on the list yesterday, so unless they removed it, which I hope not. Spyro's Collector's Edition released in 2002, and then The Sims 2 Deluxe was released in 2007. But like, it doesn't seem to be on this list anymore, so now I'm just confused.
There's no Spyro at all.
I think
it was
Deluxe
there yesterday.
Deluxe is like a expansion, right? So maybe they didn't count it as a release.
Well, it was there. They must have removed it. They're like, nah, never mind. So
You got to make room for all the waifus.
yeah,
right.
that's true.
Yeah, okay. Well, excellent, Blabs. 1 for 3. Still a good batting percentage. No, I feel pretty good about that.
I want to know when this thing came out. Now I'm mad. Let's see. Oh,
Please.
it says what? Amazon says it came out back in March.
Blabs, are you looking at the right?
says hoodwinked me.
But a legit question: are you looking at the same thing that I'm looking at on the day-to-day basis? This game facts article.
Yes,
Okay.
I swear, like I do it every day in advance in case I'm sick or whatever the day before, like the day after. So you have everything ready to go. It's scheduled on socials and stuff, and they change it on me all the fucking time.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Hey, Nashville Prime, thanks so much for becoming a Plus member over at SideScrollersPlus.com. Really appreciate that. Is excellent. Angela, thanks so much for the gifted membership over here on YouTube. Yeah, buddy. Love that. Thank you very much. Mercenary says, I'm happy to see you. See you too, Labs. You're fired. There you go.
I guess I'm a Labrador.
Dark Sith says, I also whack the weeds in the morning. Less stress that way. Snooty came in and says, Quarter Black, love your takes on F&T and the Sunday Fun Day. Also, your DMX spoof with Crowder was epic. Side scroll. What's up, chat? Do you do some sweet DMX barking?
Yeah, well, I had a whole verse where I rapped in that song. We did a spoof of the song.
Let's go. Let's go.
It was good.
Alabaster says, shout out to Madness Games and Comics in Plano, Texas. Protect the Foxu, and most importantly, Montez.
That's my comic store.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like yours?
The one I go to. Yeah, Madness.
All right.
It's a
Madness
good spot.
Up there in Plano. Thanks, Alabaster. Marmalin says, why are we bringing DEI here too? Love Quarter Black. There you go. So sweet. Thanks, Marmalin. Reese says, do you feel normal today? Hopefully everyone in the chat is. That you all have a very Montez all day. Thank you very much. I don't think you're familiar with Montez yet. How are you, Garrett?
I watched the show. The show. I know Montez. Yes.
Okay, that's one. Man, look what a sweet guy. A sweet guy. Tamamo came in with going for our Montez goal. We're going for 20 today, boys. Says, I saw an Asman react to Kirsche cancel article, and he 100% agreed with her. I hope that makes her as happy as I imagine it does. Although I believe he kept saying her name wrong. When you say kept saying her name wrong, did you mean when he said this?
Kirsche is completely fucking right. 100%.
Kirsche.
Like she's probably just crying in bed that her husbando said the name wrong, and she's like, "What do I do?"
I'm sure she's very torn. But yes, Tamamo, thank you very much. That guy Gus says, little pop culture question. Kanye dropped a new music video last night. Seen it yet? Thoughts? If so, it would be an interesting topic. We'd love to see Blabs' face as she hears it for the first time. I saw the title of it.
I've not seen anything. What is the title?
Well,
then I decided that wasn't exactly great for me.
Wait, the title's just title?
No, it isn't.
Do I Google it?
Yeah, maybe just take a gander.
Just Google new Kanye song. Let's see. Just see what's going on over here. Just tell us the title, Blabs.
You released unreleased Donda 2 album?
It's on the album.
Yeah, what's the title of the new song?
I don't see it. Why? Diddy and Daughter?
No.
Probably for the best. What is the?
I don't know. I don't see it anywhere.
Okay.
Maybe this is fine.
It's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
The title, Blabs, is HH and
oh no.
Yeah.
How is that okay? Huh.
Yeah, not the best looking thing over there. It's pretty bad.
What
is good is Psychotic Mongoose coming in with a gifted membership. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Let's go.
I prefer Diddy and Daughter, to be honest.
Oh no,
I don't like that either.
If I had to pick one, I'd pick that.
Is the whole album like just different songs with names like that?
Right.
Maybe.
Maybe. Hey, whatever. He's being subversive.
That's right. El Grande Americano, my favorite wrestler, says, "Please go to your on the ground reporter at the Sistine Chapel. We got a new pope before GTA 6." There you go. Yes, we have an on the ground reporter at the Sistine Chapel. We will choose not to go there, but once we find out, we certainly will not talk about it on the show. Godzilla Greaser says, Blabs, I need your expertise. Should I buy Jurassic World Evolution 2 with all its content now, or should I wait until Jurassic World Evolution 3?
I would just buy it now because I don't even remember when they said 3 would be coming out. Sometime I think it was 2026, the latest or earliest. I'm not sure. So I'd buy it now. You still have a whole year to go, basically. I found information on Kanye's new album.
Oh, please.
Cuck.
Wait, is that
That's what it's called?
is that the,
Cuck is the reported upcoming 12th studio album by the American rapper Kanye West.
What?
no? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, recorded it between February and May of 2025. Previously, it was Bully. Now it's Cuck. Singles: World War III, Cousins, and
Cousins. That was the other song. The song where he talks about, his cousin. It's a fascinating world we live in.
Yeah, that Kanye West, that guy. I tell you what, man.
Oh my God! No, we're putting this back. Look at the Cuck track listing.
Oh boy.
Bianca is probably
Cosby?
the nice. Oh my God!
Oh no. Blabs,
No!
Blabs, just do me a favor. Read all the titles.
Hell no! Free my kids! What the hell?
Wow, that's
Bro, the H-man hits twice in this list.
rather shocking, to say the least. That's
You think the White Chicks is about the White Chicks movie?
I hope so. I hope it's like several verses just about, one verse just about the movie.
Yes, he's just talking about Marlon Wayans over here.
And he uses he needle drops the and I need you. He just uses that for like the hook.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I love that. That'd be a great Kanye song there based off of that. Hey, John says, "Hey, Texas peeps, since you know Madness, do you know FX Game Exchange? They run Tourney Locator and do huge Texas gaming tournaments like Low Tier City.
Yeah, there's one right next to Madness.
Yeah, no Game Exchange, yeah, for sure. Switzerland Play says, Quarter Black Garrett, Minnie just talking about it. What about you? Have you ever watched the space movie from 1992?
No. How dare you ask me that?
Now we know. Mercenary says, YouTube's mad at me, so I have to send this here. Yesterday, I was talking about Gamer Subs and the V2 bar, who owns part of the company, and people thought I was talking about Hawks Lady. Instead, they went nuts on me over it. Unhinged VTubers block me. Yeah. All right. And Delta says, oh, good. I hopped in right as you guys were talking about Yee's hot new song.
Welcome.
Straight lit up gas, gang, and whatnot.
You think he's got like a cuck chair since he has that album coming out?
Maybe that should be the cover.
Just a chair in the corner.
Just the chair.
God. All right.
Oh, no.
Bystander Syndrome gifted 1 membership over at Rumble, and that's awesome. We love subs over at Rumble. We love subs everywhere. That's great. Appreciate that, guys. All right, we have a lot to get to today, and I'm glad you're here. Hit the thumbs up button once again. But let's get into all the hard-hitting things that you've come to find here on Side Scrollers. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for hard news.
Hard news.
Okay, I wanted to hit this super chat real quick. We were talking about the discussion of how the Pope was selected, and this from Silo Full of Cool Ranch Doritos, letting us know there may be a Kanye West tie-in here, as the Pope is elected by a conclave of cardinals by locking them in a room till they pick a pope. Last 2 popes picked were former Hitler Youth and a Jesuit.
Is that true?
I don't know.
Hey, you people could change.
Listen, this is the internet after all. And, if I see it on the internet, we all know it's accurate. So there's that. That's right. It's good. It's right. Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
Thank you.
Was that when she found out that she was part white?
Yes.
That is exactly.
Those are so funny to me. They're like, oh, what? No way.
Just absolutely miserable on the inside. Yeah.
All right. So I saw this trend, and we've seen a lot of really, really dumb trends on the internet over the last I don't know, forever since the internet, specifically when like TikTok started up and all the kids wanted to do dancing and then they started jumping on bottles and breaking their hips and shit. It's been crazy. They've been eating Tide Pods. This is a trend that I can 100% get behind, where there's a trend on TikTok where Gen Z is going up to random boomers and having wholesome conversations with them in public. Check this out right here.
Great.
Yeah,
Got a Culver's too.
Yeah, Culver's, let's go.
Do you mind if I sit with you, sir?
I'm sorry.
Do you mind if I sit with you?
No.
I'm Zach. What's your name?
Paul.
Paul? Nice to meet you, Paul. Enjoying this weather?
I'd love it a little warmer, but I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it. At least it's finally arrived.
Yeah, I know. It's been cold for way too long.
I was in the military, and from that, if I don't have these hearing aids in, I dead in the water.
Really?
Totally, yeah. With these, I have maybe, I hear that you're speaking. It's very difficult to discern what people are saying. And if I'm in a group, like right now, I'm hearing a lot from the speakers. It's just noise.
How long did you serve for?
3 years.
3 years.
I love this.
This is great.
I love everything about this. Like, people don't understand that when you see like an elderly person and they're just hanging out, oftentimes there's a reason why they're hanging out by themselves, right? They still long for that companionship. And I think what this is doing is so incredibly valuable.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's wholesome. That's great. Though, when I get to that age, and if I'm alone, don't come talk to me. I want to be alone.
Yeah, that's also true. They're like probably escaping their wives or husbands and they need some space.
Like, leave me alone, you kid. But it is nice. It is nice. Fine.
Well, in your instance, the conversation would be like this. The video would be 4 seconds long.
Do you mind if I sit with you, sir?
No.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Do not sit here. Get out of here.
Well, I think this is really great. And the more, like, if you can just have a conversation about nothing with these folks, it's outstanding. And they find this so valuable. You know, I was like,
Very lucky, yeah.
Well, all right, Paul. It was great to meet you, man.
Nice talking with you.
Nice talking to
Hope
you.
Have a good day.
I enjoyed your company, man.
Take it easy.
Thank you.
Awesome.
yeah, end with a handshake. That is great. That is wonderful for society. I love everything about that.
Respectable.
Blabs, would you ever go up to a random stranger and just have a good conversation with
I
them like that?
have multiple times.
Oh, tell me more.
Well, I mean, it would be like at an airport or something. You're stuck there. Your plane's been delayed, so you just start talking to the people around you. I don't go and sit down and like. Well, I mean, I have actually. That's a lie. I have gone and sat down at like a food court or something like that. If I didn't have a place to sit, right? There was always somebody sitting somewhere. So I'd be like, "Can I sit with you?" And like you would just do small talk like that. I've done that plenty of times. Actually, when I was going to Texas, I did that because there's no other room. Now, unfortunately, the lady had such a heavy accent. I don't know where she was from, but I had a really big difficulty understanding what she was saying to me. And I was just like, "Yeah, great weather." No idea what she was really saying though. Unfortunately, I tried my best. I was like, "I don't know what you're saying," but yeah, I do try to make small talk unless I'm really cranky and it's like some weirdo talking to me, and I'm like, "Oh."
Well,
But yeah.
What's interesting here is I'm from Dallas. Garrett, you live in the area, right? Like, down here, we will just strike up conversations with random people. But from what I understand, like the further north you get, specifically in the Northeast, people like mind your fucking business. Like they don't want anything to do with you. So this could potentially backfire for some people. Just saying.
That's true. Well, I think at this point, I feel like at this point, people would be expecting some kind of weird shenanigans to happen and not just be a regular conversation. So I'd be like, why do you have a camera? What's going on?
Yeah. I think there's definitely something to that. You can't like walk up with your phone and be like, "Excuse me, may I have a conversation with you?"
Did he have like a GoPro on his head or something? Like, what's the scenario there?
Maybe he has one of those new like they have the cameras and the
I've used those.
Yeah,
I've used those. Yeah,
with some hidden reporting. Have you done that?
Yeah. When we do like sting operations or whatever back in the day.
Nice, like that. That's good.
It's hard to use though, because like they're secret, which means that they don't have like an obvious record button. They're like, oh, press it 3 times, and then if the light's on, it was always a crapshoot. Half the time you come back and be like, it wasn't recording.
Oh damn. Yeah, you don't, it doesn't like send a signal to your brain letting you know that it's going.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
And plus you got to go.
Trust.
You got to put it on your head and go before you walk up and do your sting over there. Mercenary came in and says, calling it new Pope is super woke. Just watch. Thanks, Mercenary. Torgo says, excuse me, Clegg, it's white smoke, you bigot. Sorry, Torgo. Artist formerly known as Stillborn of a Cod says, Blabs versus Fester's Quest be dank.
What? Fester, like from the Addams Family?
Yeah, Fester's Quest. Yeah, it's a game.
Was it on Sega?
No, it was on the NES. Yeah. So,
okay.
I think there was a Genesis version, maybe.
I know there was an Addams Family.
Yeah, but Fester's Quest is notoriously, it's a pretty notoriously hard game for sure.
For the NES, looks like. Yep,
there it is.
1989 in North America, 1990 in Europe.
Mercenary says, yeah, I would take the gorillas as well. That's more survivable than I don't care what form you have had Vader. If any Vader is still terrifying. That's right. So
I mean, Disney Vader loses more than he wins, so like not really terrifying.
Disney Vader don't count.
Yeah.
Emperor Creatine says Pope Benedict the 16th. That's Blabs. That's XVI.
XVI.
The Pope before Francis was once a member of the. Oh, are you kidding me? Wow.
What?
Keeping in mind, membership was mandatory starting in 1941. Okay.
All right. Okay. They're kids.
Jesus, that's so weird.
You can reform. It's the whole point of Christianity.
Young Stowe says, it's true. I'm from Rhode Island. We are miserable slobs.
It doesn't say slobs. It says sobs. SOBs.
Slobs.
Slobs. They're all slobs together in Rhode Island.
I think we all know that everyone
Put your
from
glasses on, Rachel.
all 24 people and from Rhode Island are just miserable slobs. And Tamamo came in and says, I love this so much. Naturally, not everyone will be up for it. When I was in retail, I asked someone if they were having a nice day and got, that's a bit personal. They then complained to the manager.
That's the world we live in, man. People don't know how to interact in real life.
Are you having a nice day? Just, I know.
Get out of my business.
It's crazy, these fucking people. All right, let's continue on. Hey, you want to feel old, Garrett?
Yep.
Okay, we saw this yesterday, talking about today in gaming history. When I say the Atari 2600, does that make you feel really, really old? Like that's an old console.
Yeah.
Labs, do you even know what the Atari 2600 is?
Yeah, it's a video game console.
Good guess. Because I said it.
But we've talked about it before. I've never played one.
You should.
You should. It'd be great. And
I mean, Atari console, Craig, and then I'll play.
Well, you can just do it on emulation. But
okay,
the PlayStation 2 is now older than the Atari 2600 was when the PlayStation 2 was launched. That's how long it's been.
Yep.
How's that make you feel, Garrett?
Bro, I remember walking to the game store, up and down, 10 miles both ways. Coke was a nickel. Saved up pocket change just to get me a PS2. Didn't even have a memory card. That's how poor I was. Didn't have a memory card, just played the same opening level of Kingdom Hearts 15 times in a row.
Well, the PlayStation 2 release date was March 4th, 2000 in Japan.
Good Lord.
October 26th, 2000 in North America. And the Atari 2600 release date was, to put that in perspective, was September 11th, 1977. It's like they knew something. Jeez. So 1977. That is, golly.
Wow.
That is so there was
20 Star Wars came out.
Right. There's 23 years between the release of the Atari 2600 and the PlayStation 2. Think about that. And since the PlayStation 2, there's been 25 years since.
Look at the innovation between those 2 years. Like the Atari and PlayStation 2 and then PlayStation 2 and now. There's been a lot of innovation between PlayStation 2 and now, but not as much as Atari and PlayStation 2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, if you go back and you play some PlayStation 2 games, some of them still hold up. I would say that most Atari 2600 games, they
nostalgia's kicking in on some of those.
Right.
For sure.
Do you have a favorite PlayStation 2 game? And that's the question for you guys today. Best PlayStation 2 game. Blabs, I'm going to start with you first because you don't even know what a PlayStation 2 is. Just kidding.
First of all, I do, but
I'm just kidding.
I never had a PlayStation 2.
Of course you did.
So I had a PlayStation 1 and then it died. And then I moved on to Nintendo Wii.
A lot of good options in the chat. A lot of good ones.
Allow me to kind of throw out some games for you here. This is courtesy of Metacritic. The number 1 rated game on the PlayStation 2 is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I was an Underground guy. I like the Underground too.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite.
Grand Theft Auto 3, San Andreas, obviously, Metal Gear Solid 2. We also had, think about this. We had Grand Theft Auto, Vice City, San Andreas, and 3 all released on the PlayStation 2.
Yep.
That's crazy. Devil May Cry.
PsyOps, dude. I love PsyOps back in the day.
The original God of War and God of War 2. SSX. Oh, man, I loved
Tricky.
SSX. Yes. Okami, the original Okami, man. That's some great stuff right there. Soul Calibur 2. Remember Soul Calibur 2? How there's exclusive characters?
Yeah, each console there was like Yoda and Link and Spawn.
Yes.
Xbox got Spawn.
Yes.
Dude, so cool.
Prince of Persia games, Final Fantasy 12, Guitar Hero got started on the PlayStation 2.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, and Rock Band, I believe, right? Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank, Shadow of Colossus.
Ratchet and Clank, that's one of the OGs. I love that game. Sly Cooper. I think my favorite would be I'm gonna have to pick 2. Favorite is Spider-Man 2, because that game is just peak superhero game, and Kingdom Hearts. That's just like, that was the first game I ever got when I got the PS2. That's what I went and got it for, was for that game, and it still holds up. Played it last year, still holds up.
I got this list from Metacritic. Look at you.
On my desk right now.
I appreciate
I've been playing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I like that you just have the Punisher next to you at all times.
Yeah. I have my PS3 that's backwards compatible because I got the first gen right here, so I've been playing it.
I love that, like, you just have a game next to you. Like, everybody just has a random game.
Just within arm reach. I got Gauntlet over here.
Oh, nice.
N64.
Blabs, do you have a game next to you?
I have a bunch of games next to me. All my stuff is right here, and Monkey Balls is still in here.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Well, so I want to take a look at this, and I like stopping down for these silly conversations here. We have this list of the best PlayStation 2 games here, and this is the third page here. And let's just take a look at this first page here. I mentioned a lot of these games.
Killers.
All-time classics. And this is obviously the peak of Madden for a lot of folks.
Yes.
But you have God of War, Burnout. Oh my God, Burnout 3 was spectacular. The best. Now,
so fun.
Just for giggles, I always like to compare it to, how about the PlayStation 5?
Oh.
So Elden Ring, obviously, right? Baldur's
but not
Gate.
Exclusives. I mean, these are all pretty.
Astrobot is like the only exclusive one there, but I feel like Astrobot's on Steam now.
God of War, that was pretty good.
With all due respect, I've never played Tetris Effect Connected, but if Tetris Effect Connected is in your top 10 games on your console, just throwing it out there. I don't know, that's all. So, all right. So there we go. Just a nice little comparison for everybody. But
my opinion is PS2 was peak. Like, they had the most stacked set of exclusives on that. I know Xbox has Halo and stuff like that, but PS2 freaking so good. That whole genre. I mean, maybe it's because that's when I was like a young teenager, got my own money, could buy my own games, so I was like really getting into it at that point. But like the games that came out during that generation on all 3 consoles, so good, so good, and they still hold up.
I actually really liked when consoles had like this sort of port exclusive. So like each console and PC had the game, right? But it was slightly different depending on the PC. And I liked that because you could always have like more of the same game. To me, that was really fun as a kid.
You saw that a lot on specifically going back even further on the Super Nintendo and the Genesis. You'd have a game of the same title, but the game would be entirely different. I think of like Aladdin, right? There was a Genesis version of Aladdin and a Super Nintendo version, and there's still debates today over them, right? Yeah. Which version was better?
Sega.
All right, let's go ahead and move on. But first, let's get some of y'all's thoughts on this. Emperor Creatine says, I think the biggest reason PS2 sold so many units was because it doubled as a DVD player. Average price of a DVD player in 2000 was $670.
Yeah.
PS2 was $299. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
Marty says, I can't just pick one game from the PS2 library. Jesus. The Dot Hack series, Resident Evil, Silent Hill. There's too many.
Metal Gear. Like it was bangers all around. We were with a glut of greatness back in the day.
Yes. Jerry Rare, good to see you. Says my favorite PS2 game is the Sly Cooper trilogy. Let's go. Foreigner says best PS2 game? It's Shadow of the Colossus. Come on.
How do you pick, Brad? There's so many.
Eric came in and says we had GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas on the PS2, and GTA 5 on the PS3, 4, and PlayStation 5. What happened to game development? Let them know, Eric. Tell them about it. Marius says, I have an Atari 2600 and a fat PS2 in my collection, hooked up and playable. Nothing beats playing on an actual console. Hell yes. Scrap Gamer says, don't forget the imports, PS1 to PS2 and PSP to PS2 games. A lot of good imports. Modest came in with the 10, says, hey, bada bing, your thumbnail done fooled me. I thought I was going to see the Foxu, but got a quarter black guy instead. Hey, Garrett, do you think the pyramids were power plants or underground cities?
Neither. I think there's some debate on some, not all pyramids, but some pyramids having some kind of factory aspect to them. It's really interesting. Some of the pyramids, the way that they're built, does indicate that they maybe were using them to make like different chemicals for agriculture and things. So it's a possibility. I don't know about a power plant though.
There's so much we don't know. The one thing that we all know is that we're just idiots. We're idiots compared to what we thought we knew just like a decade ago. There's always more stuff.
And I'm totally open to the idea. Maybe.
Yeah, I think everybody should be open to all ideas. For sure. Jay All Day says, my dad used to work for Atari. Wow. We had three of the 2600s, as well as the 400 and 800 computers. Then the NES came along, and we were like, Atari who? See, sorry, Dad, you lost your job. Hopefully he made his way over to Nintendo or Sega or somewhere. John says, everyone knows the best PS2 game is Parappa the Rappa 2. Let's go. All right. We also have this from Palidan. Says, so I sat and chatted with him. He left, wished me a safe trip, and my classmates all gathered around me and informed me that he was the rap artist Mystical. I didn't know. He was nice. So you just sat down and chatted with somebody, Palidan?
Nice.
Sat down with Mystical? That's nice. Bolsky, thanks so much for becoming a Plus member. Love to see that. Genuinely appreciate your support over at SideScrollersPlus.com. All right. We have a lot of super chats. We're going to get to them all. But first, Blabs, let's go to an old friend of the show. Any guesses on who this is, Blabs?
I'm going to be so mad at you. Don't. No.
Dark Side Phil's in the news again. Yes.
No. What has he done this time?
Oh, he's just playing games. I just saw this Crash Out and thought it was really funny. Let's see how this goes for Phil here. He's playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
The rest with Ignatius.
You're still talking. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Is there a fucking video game? Shut up. This is the worst fucking thing ever.
But in better ones.
They never shut up. They just talk and blather about menial, boring shit. This is a video game? Oh my.
It's a role-playing game. It's role-playing. You're role-playing. Sometimes I do feel that. Sometimes I'm playing a game and I'm like, I do not give a shit about what they're talking about.
Yeah,
but you're playing a role-playing game.
I just like it's like playing Tetris and being mad at the blocks falling down.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this? The blocks just keep falling down. We're supposed to move them and put them in places.
Never-ending blocks coming from the sky. What the heck?
Like in Street Fighter, this guy's trying to hit me. What the fuck? I don't even understand. Why?
I didn't even do anything.
That's right. He just wants to hit me for no reason. He's throwing fireballs and shit. I don't even understand. Oh man. Well, thanks, Phil, for that. You're such a wonder. And long after Side Scrollers is dead and gone, Phil will still be there doing his thing, just snorting and raging at Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So maybe we'll have maybe we'll have Phil on another time.
No. He keeps trying to do this. Story time, Garrett. Craig keeps trying to bring DSP back some shape or form, but I'm just like,
no, hold on.
Him down left and right.
Hold on. People are gonna clip that and they're gonna make it sound like I'm like, we really need to have DSP.
Oh,
we do not need to have DSP on the show. We do not. All right. But okay. So we're working on something behind the scenes, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to announce this here in the next couple of weeks. And Blabs yesterday was like, what about DSP?
As a joke.
And I was like, oh, okay. So I kind of pushed on it and Blabs was like, oh, fuck. Oh,
you know that meme with Anakin? He's like, what have I done? That was me in the group chat. Just like, what have I done? No. And I was like, no, Craig, no. And then Phoenix was like, it's not such a bad thing. I was like, not
baby.
you. So yeah,
I would watch that.
I know. Everybody would. Everybody would. That's the problem. Everybody would watch it. So, oh my God. Well, we'll give you guys a heads up on what we're working on here behind the scenes and here in the next week or so. So, Dan says, I'll give you my top 3 personal favorite PS2 games: San Andreas, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, and Burnout 3 Takedown. Oh my God. Classics right there. Tamamo says, the man who thinks he knows everything learns nothing. That's why I always entertain the possibility I may be wrong. And I'm a massive idiot. Thanks, Tamamo.
Me too.
We all are. We're all dumb. That's the one thing is like, as the older I get, the more I realize, the less I know.
Exactly.
Just roll along with it. It's called humility. Ice Wolf says, honestly, if I had to pick a favorite PS2 game, it'd be Sprint Cars Road to Knoxville. What? Nothing beats racing split screen with my dad than putting him in the wall. Let's go, Ice Wolf. You're the one. You're the one who would say Sprint Car Road to Knoxville is the best PlayStation 2 game. But I love that. Miku says, come on, there are parts of RPGs that are too wordy. Okay, Phil. Beathole says, I love that Gauntlet is just chilling on Garrett's desk. One of my favorite game series. It's good. All right. And then we have this. Bystander says, I agree with Dark Side Phil, though. A lot of these unemployed writers are just trying to put their movie dreams in video games now. That's what I think, at least. Kind of like Kojima. You got that out of that 23 seconds. Like, that's I love that, Bystander. It's like watching that and you're like, I do agree with Phil on this statement. And Marius came in and says, yelling at Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is like yelling at a rainbow or being mad at a waterfall. Why are you so angry, bro? Thanks, Marius. Appreciate your support. All right, let's go ahead and move on and talk about some quick news. Did you see the news yesterday? We talked about this, Garrett, about the new Disney park that's coming.
I did hear about this. Yes.
You heard about the location of it?
Yes. The location. It's an interesting choice.
Mm-hmm. It's Abu Dhabi, for those who missed the show yesterday, which Abu Dhabi is not exactly friendly to the gays, you could say.
Yeah,
and
fair.
talked about the hypocrisy of Disney's, chest puffing, pride promoting selves at every chance they get here in the States. They have pride nights and pride parades and pride characters and all sorts of stuff, which probably is not going to fly over in Abu Dhabi. Just,
I think they might refrain from some of those nights over there.
There was the joke yesterday of one of the top rides at
Tower
Abu
of
Dhabi.
Terrorists.
It's
Blabs.
like a the Superman ride where it takes you up,
Yeah.
but it just like throws you.
Yeah, you splat back down. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Well, some people have pointed out that Universal actually does have a.
It's not Universal.
Yes. Well, this is yes. There's another. Sorry, there's another competitor to Disney already over there called Warner Brother World. So this like looks honestly pretty fucking awesome.
When it was built, from my understanding, it was the largest indoor attraction in the world. And then that one in China opened up and took over the #1 spot. So this is now the second largest indoor attraction in the world. It has 6 themed lands because it's Warner Brothers, not Universal. So Warner Brothers, Gotham City, Metropolitan, Cartoon Junction, Bedrock, Dynamite Gulch, and Warner Brothers Plaza, which is basically essentially old Hollywood-esque vibes. And now they're also going to be adding a Harry Potter to it.
Wow.
Like an indoor Harry Potter. Who knows what it's going to be? It even says like on that website, if you click explore, it's like coming soon, Harry Potter, but there's no date or anything.
Oh.
So, yeah.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Got to be honest. I feel like I need to go to Abu Dhabi. I do want to go over to I want to go over to the UAE and we have friends who live over there and they say the gaming culture is massive over in Abu Dhabi. So maybe we can find an excuse to get over there. And
I mean, it's still hypocritical because if you look at Warner Brothers, I mean, sometimes I think they're dumber than Disney. So.
Oh, sure. Look, we've talked about the hypocrisy of these companies.
So it's the hypocrisy is still there, regardless if it's Disney or Warner Brothers. But yeah, it's very interesting. I don't know if I'd ever want to go.
Right. Well, I would. I definitely would love to go to the UAE.
As a man, I think it'd be okay.
Yeah,
let's go.
That's right. I ain't scared.
Yeah, I don't feel like being kidnapped or anything. So
apparently it's super duper safe.
I would assume it would be safe enough because these massive corporations like that, they've done all the studies. They're trying to. Yeah.
If you stay like within like certain areas, I think you're fine. But like when
It's
I
like
was
Mexico.
reading up on like the whole stuff yesterday, I was reading up on like what like I'd say Black Africans in like 2021. There was a whole bunch of them were like kidnapped. And like men and women abused, tortured, and all that, and then they were just released after a couple of like days when they were never told what they were arrested for. After like 30 days or something like that. So it's crazy. So it's like maybe I don't want to go. I mean, I'm not a Black African. However, it's like wild.
Okay, so Blabs, just for you, just to give you a heads up. All right, I asked the internet.com if
they never lie.
The UAE was safe for women. And it said that the UAE is generally considered safe for women with a high community safety score of 98.5%, reflecting a high level of security and safety for women. Women feel secure walking alone at night or using public transportation, and the government has implemented women-only transportation options, such as exclusive taxis for women and families and dedicated carriages on Dubai Metro for women and children.
They do that in Japan too, where they have certain trains, carts like on the subways and all that are just for women, and like you can see the symbols and all that. Like I've been to the Middle East before. I went to Doha at the airport. I was there twice. It's a gorgeous airport. I was fine there. It's an airport, right? I'm not like, oh my god, I'm gonna be kidnapped as soon as I get there. It's just like, Middle East is not the safest place in the world.
I have a question. Is Abu Dhabi one of those cities that are basically a ghost town?
No, it's like full. It's all the rich people
that one
live there. Besides, like their slaves and
don't talk about
laborers and manual labor and all that.
That's uncouth.
Well, Blabs, speaking of uncouth, I did the unthinkable and thought and thought
Are
to
you
myself,
sending me to Abu Dhabi for a work trip?
"Oh, we're going, Blabs. We're going to the
Here's your
UAE."
plane ticket. Have fun. Record everything.
That's right. I thought to myself, "Is the United States safe?"
Yeah,
for
I knew
women?
you were going to go there.
So I asked the internet.com, "Is the United States safe for women?" And the United States is considered one of the least safe countries for women traveling solo, according to various studies and surveys. In 2019, travel bloggers Asher and Lyric Ferguson created a women's danger index, ranking the United States 19th, making it one of the most dangerous Western countries for women travelers. Look at that, Blabs. So you're safer going to Abu Dhabi than you are walking down the streets.
We're
in
gonna
Pawtucket, Rhode
trust
Island.
some studies that were made in 2019 when a big orange man was in presidency that everyone hated.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Blabs, it's only gotten worse. You know that, right?
Oh, totally. Yeah. Mhm.
And it was on the internet.
Yeah, it must be true.
That's right. Well, that's it. That's what I'm saying, Blabs. This is important stuff we need to talk about. But
Listen, we're all going to Abu Dhabi. Garrett's coming with us too.
Let's go.
You want to go? You want to go to Warner Brother World?
I'll check it out.
Let's
Got
go.
Gotham. That sounds
It's
cool.
wild though, because it's all indoors, huh? Like what?
That could be cool. Like, you go to the what's that mall in Vegas that has like the sky where it looks like you're actually outside?
Oh
You
yeah,
could do that.
That
with-
exists. That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
I listen. I'm dead serious when I say this. I would love to work with somebody to sponsor us to go out to the UAE for a week and just go out there and experience all that shit. Maybe we work with the government over there. I don't know. They're gonna fly us out there. You know how I Show Speed is like in China and he's in all these other places. It's because the government's paying him to go out there and do that shit, right? He's getting paid to be there. It's not like, well, I want to, So I will gladly accept.
But you
UAE
want
money.
to work with the UAE government of all governments.
I'll work with. I will take their money. Yes, Blabs. I will not take.
That's like I don't know, man. Dirty money comes to
I will.
mind.
Blabs.
Blood money.
It's all dirty money. Every little
like
bit
every
of it.
government sucks, right?
Right.
But I'm just like I wouldn't want to work with the government. Is what I'm saying. Fuck them.
It's all dirty, Blabs. All of it.
Yeah.
It's all dirty. It's all touched some shit brain asshole at some point, and you can, if you trace it, it's all touched everything. It's all dirty. Everything.
Craig, USA confirmed.
That's right. Let's go. Oh man. All right. Grolgar says rather see you get Chris Chan instead of DSP. No.
Oh gee, no.
Fuck that.
And here Trent says ask Chris Chan to sponsor. What's up with the Chris Chan love going on in the chat right now? Very weird. It's kind of odd. Rod came in.
I have a super chat. I can't pull up on it because StreamYards rejects it. But Wasp over on Rumble for 10 says, "Come to Disney UAE, where you can enjoy a ride on the Tower of Terrorism, have a frightening experience in the Hamas mansion, and enjoy an evening meal at the Aloha Snack Bar."
Oh my god. Hey, I like this.
Aloha Snack Bar.
Sir Spamalot says it's time for Saudi scrollers. Let's go.
You reveal the name while you're there, like the new Avengers. Saudi scrollers. Yeah.
Rod came in and says best PS2 games for me is Final Fantasy X, Spider-Man 2, Castlevania Lament of Innocence, Metal Gear Solid 3, Silent Hill 2, Rygar, and the God of War games. Thanks, Rod. Appreciate that. Dan came in and says, yeah, there are times I've always said while playing a modern video game, just get to the fucking gameplay already. RPGs, all right. I have to watch the cutscenes. There you go. Thanks, Dan. All right. And there you go. Raid Shadow Legends came in and says, our money's clean, Blabs. See? Thanks, Raid. Garrett, we had a Raid wants to sponsor the show. And I was like, like I feel like it's one of those things we've been it is kind of a rite of passage for shows and streamers to get sponsored by Raid at this point. Yeah. But I was talking about how I don't want to take the sponsorship yesterday, and I want people to go to Plus and sign up there, so I don't have to take the sponsorship. But maybe I will take their blood money, and we'll see.
Give it other developments, possibly.
That's right. All right. Yes, we'll give another developments for sure. All right, we are at 14 supers into our goal of 20 to hit Montez. Let's go and hit that today, guys. Love that. I have a question for you, Garrett. We talk a lot about video games here on the show because video games are fun. Do you enjoy the boss fight?
Just in general, the concept of a boss fight?
Yeah.
I'm not very good at video games, but I love to play them. And I'm a pretty tenacious player. If I suck at it, I'm going to continue to fight that boss until I beat him. And having that feeling, like when you go up against a boss you can't fight the first time, like Sephiroth, go back to PS2 games. You can't fight him the first time, but then you go back, you go do some other levels, you level up, you get better, you come back and fight him again, 15 times you die, you fight him, and then you beat him. Euphoria.
There is something
euphoric
about it. The feeling, the dopamine hit, the sense of accomplishment that you feel after doing what you thought just mere moments before was impossible is spectacular. And that's the joy of boss fights. I mean, that's literally why you play games is, let's go back to like the NES era, like the bosses, Mega Man or whatever. You have these individual bosses you have to hit. Going back to Metal Gear Solid, you're fighting Psycho Mantis and figuring out how to beat Psycho Mantis or whatever, right? There's always the boss, and the boss is the sense of accomplishment. And then there's Kotaku and the world of video game journalism. And I don't know if you saw this headline yesterday. They have to be doing this for X revenue and Elon bucks. But they put this out there. It says, could we be about to enter a skippable boss fight utopia?
I think Craig's boss fight is English language.
That's right, Blabs. Shut your mouth.
Kotaku. Typical Kotaku.
It's spectacular. I mean, what a question, huh? The idea that we're just going to decide not to play the boss fights. And you can see Dan here responding, holy shit, you people are pathetic. And the ratio. Ian Fish, who is the director of Kingmakers. By the way, we need to have Ian on the show. I'm making a really fun game, Kingmaker. It's coming out. Says, has there ever been a more Kotaku headline right here?
Yep.
Which, when you think of like video game journalism, I think of the skill level on par of Blabs.
Dang, Blabs. That's messed up.
I mean, we do have an entire series built around Blabs sucking at video games, so it's okay.
Listen, first of all, it's retro video games I've never played in my entire existence, and then picking up for the very first time in my life. So yes, I will suck at them.
Blabs, we need to get you to play Cuphead. That's what we need to do. Play Cuphead and see how you do during the tutorial.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you familiar with that meme, Blabs, the Cuphead tutorial?
Mm-hmm. Wasn't it that wasn't it IGN or Kotaku or somebody was trying to review it and they couldn't get past it and they spent like an hour or something on the tutorial?
Yep. Yeah, there was a infamous scene when this guy named Dean Takashi was trying to play through the Cuphead tutorial, and here it is right here. It's pretty infamous. This is Blabs playing Cuphead.
Well, he's just stupid. You jump on the small little block.
Yes, correct. He is stupid.
Yes, it does tell you
the fact that you're putting me again with this, Craig, is pretty damn insulting.
That's what I was saying. He just called you a troglodyte or something.
Yeah, like what the hell, Craig?
You got 2 brain cells.
I mean, this does literally tell you what to do. Jump, tap for short, hold for higher jump. And then it tells you to dash right here, which is just spectacular. And the fact that they felt the need to put this out on the internet.
Simply amazing.
Like at a certain point, aren't you like, we probably shouldn't showcase this, but anyways, Kotaku's going to Kotaku, video game journalist going to video game journalist. And we just have another example of Kotaku.
I am better than that.
Of all the things we've talked about today, Blabs, that's what upsets you the most.
Me, yes, because then you just call me stupid. It's like, well, I know my worth.
No, I didn't call you stupid.
Look at that. Look at that.
Okay, we will. But see, now you've seen the cheat code, Blabs. You know how to pass it. That's the problem.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah,
right. That's totally it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, there you go, Blabs. We'll definitely need to get you some Cuphead, and we'll pray for all the journalists over at Kotaku who are very excited to enter a skippable boss fight utopia coming soon.
Utopia.
That's right.
I feel like it's like boss battles are like intrinsic into the video game. Like you were saying, like it's all games from early game. Like they have boss battles because there's a level. You complete the level. At the end of the level, you have a boss battle. Why would you want to skip that? Why are you playing games at all? Why don't you just go like knit or I don't know, play with Play-Doh or something that could like stimulate your brain cell?
I love the idea of Kotaku transitioning into a knitting website or a Play-Doh website.
Not that knitting's not complicated. Hey, it's super complicated.
Big stuff.
You gotta like thread things, and there's like a bob and a knit and a thing. Take on that.
It is a skill for sure.
Yeah,
100%. Ian says the gaming utopia is here. Skippable boss fights, skippable dialogue, and 46 hours of credits.
You sure I'm the idiot now?
I just can't say skippable, Blabs.
Skippable.
Relax. Just chill out.
Skittable. I think we should change the name.
That's right.
Change the word skittable.
Thanks, Ian. Appreciate that. Please don't put that in your super chats moving ahead. It's going to be
everyone send super chats of the word skippable, and if you want to sign up for Plus, please have the word skippable in your Plus username so Craig can read it. Thank you.
It's a horrible idea. Speaking of 46-hour skippable end credits, I uploaded the 2 hours of Assassin's Creed credits and got the 11.2 million views on that.
Crazy.
And I uploaded the Expedition 33 7 minutes and 34 seconds as promised yesterday. I uploaded that over on X. So if anybody wants to sit through 7 minutes and 34 seconds of Expedition 33's cutscene made by 30 people, you can do that over on X. Just a heads up on that.
Is it any clearer that is the direction the game industry needs to go? Is small teams making small passion projects that people want to play with, like not simple, but like not bloated games. I don't need a million different mechanics and all these things. Just like refine 3 mechanics and make the gameplay loop fun. Like it's not rocket science.
No, it's not. It's not rocket science at all. And I've said this a million times that if somebody gave me, they're like, Craig, we need you to take this $100 million and make video games with it. You know what I would do? I would make $25 million games. That's what I would do with small teams. And I would divvy out that money and say, here's $5 million. Show me your vision and then create that vision. And then we would have a meeting once a week. And I would say, cool, keep going. And then they would release their $5 million game. And then we would all, and the thing about that is that they may not all be good, but you have a small team that is extremely passionate about what they're doing. They're going to put the time, energy, and resources that they have into it. And $5 million for a development of a game is still a shit ton of money. Let's be very clear, right? Especially if you're working with small teams of, let's just say, 5 to 10 people. Mm-hmm. You allow them to do their thing. You get out of their way. You allow them to put their passion in the game. And I think of those 20 games, you may have like one massive hit, but I think you'll have a lot of doubles, a couple triples, and a lot of singles. But hey, man, that's scoring a lot of runs. And that's the way I think that these companies should be looking at here. That's
better for the gamer. That's better for the gamer because they get more options, more games to play. Different ideas are coming out. Like the Schedule 1. One person made that game. One guy, Tyler, in Australia, made a game he was passionate about. It's a silly little fun game about managing your business. And it blew up. So like that is the direction. And you see it if you're following any of the Steam charts of like games that are being released. They're getting exponentially, like the number of games that are being released by people, it's getting crazy. Yeah, and it's great because then that means all the different types of gameplay has so many more options to play. Like it's not just the consoles, it's not just the AAA. Single A and double A are where it's at.
Yes, 1000%. Now, with that said, I do think it is important to talk about what will be the biggest game ever, which is GTA 6 and the trailer that's released there. So we'll get into talking about that here in a second. I did see this over here, which, look, I know we have hate watchers, and that's awesome. And Shock Willie, this is the last time I'm actually going to respond to you before I actually just mute you. But he said, games exist already. You choose to ignore them and drama farm instead. Fact, have you watched today's show? We spent 30 minutes talking about how great PlayStation 2 games are. And you friend, have a negative mindset about our show. So who's that more of a reflection on? Just throwing that out there. So there's that. With that said, Darkwing Drex says my favorite PlayStation 2 game was a Streets of Rage inspired beat 'em up called The Bouncer. Ooh. It also included unskippable cutscenes.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah, love that. Awesome. Ian says I was trying to think of a way to write skippable into a super chat, but it turned into an exercise of intellectual. I don't even know what that word is. What is that word? Do you know that word, Blabs?
Onanism?
Yeah. Thanks, Ian.
How dare you, Ian?
Damn it,
do
Ian. That. Mary says the UAE doesn't take kindly to criticism. Blabs will get deported day one.
Who knew?
Jesus is here. Look busy. Came in with the Euro money. Says the best PS2 game for me: GTA San Andreas, Red Faction, Crash Bandicoot, Wraith of Cortex, Rainbow Six, SSX1, and happy VE Day, everyone. Remember to thank any one of your relatives who served during World War II. There's few and far between nowadays, friend, but yeah. But yes, of course. All right, let's talk about the GTA 6 and the trailer that was released just a couple days ago. Number one, it's been gangbusters. Virality does not talk about how much this has been seen. As a matter of fact, Rockstar has said that to the Hollywood Reporter that the second trailer for GTA 6 has accumulated 475 million views.
My God.
In one day. One day. I mean, that is spectacular, to say the least. And to say that the hype, I mean, there was no talk about this trailer being released. They just dropped it. And they're like, here it is. And this is what you get. You get a viral, 500 million views in one day. First, Garrett, what did you think of the trailer when you saw it?
I have one question for Rockstar. Where is my money? Because you're stealing my likeness. You go out there, you make a character that looks exactly like me, has my mannerisms, and you don't pay me? Dude, I'm gonna get a class action lawsuit with me and the Joker guy from the first trailer, and I think we could take him down. I think we could take the whole country by storm.
I think there is something to that, and this is what you're referencing right here.
Look at that!
Unbelievable, really. Just
ridiculous. You think you could put a pair of glasses on there and we won't see?
There is something to that. Hold on. Let's just be really clear here. There's that. Hold on. Let's go nice and big. Hey, GTA. Here we go. Let me go nice and big here. There we go. We have this right here.
Look at the neck fat.
You definitely don't have the stomach.
Yeah, you don't have the stomach.
Okay. The video games put on extra.
The games add 10 pounds.
Garrett, I think that is something you should sync up with the guy in Florida who's suing GTA for the likeness.
Like the Florida man.
I'm gonna work with them. We're gonna get all the characters. It's messed up. It's messed up. But I will say, game looks incredible. I know that they usually do. Rockstar does in-game, like in-engine trailers most of the time, and this does look like it's in-engine, even though it does look crazy amazing. Like Red Dead Redemption 2, that graphically looked amazing. So on that aspect, it looks incredible, and I'm sure the gameplay will be fun. It'll be really fun. Like I can't fathom them messing up the gameplay because You know, like how badly could they mess it up? So I think it's going to be really fun. Like a lot of the other Rockstar games, it's going to blow up the world. Like that we're going to when that game hits, dude, it's going to be nothing but GTA for like 6 months. It's going to be crazy.
I agree. Now, I don't know if you know this though. Did you see that Rockstar confirmed? Because people are saying, "Where's the gameplay? I want to see the gameplay of this."
Right.
Rockstar confirmed that the second trailer was captured on a base PlayStation 5 with equal parts gameplay and cutscenes there. That is ridiculous.
Crazy. The level of detail, the models, the Az was pointing this out yesterday, like the tanning that they have, like there's like shoulder tanning and it goes down the arm and it's a little different. Like it looks photorealistic. It's crazy. And that's why the game took 10 years to make or however long. When was the last time? It was like 2011.
Yeah, I think it was 2011, 2012 when
something
GTA
like that.
5, yeah.
Crazy long time to develop a game. But they made a bunch of money online, so they were able to throw that all into this game, and I really hope that it holds up. I like how the first trailer focused on the girl a little bit more than the guy, and then this one focused on the guy, and I like the duo, like the Bonnie and Clyde kind of aspect to it. Interesting idea. They're definitely going to kill each other by the end of the game or something. I feel it. If you could switch between the two of them and they have different aspects, like one's stronger, one's like more agile or something, they have different things, kind of like the last GTA. Interesting to see. I'm down. I can't wait. $100.
People
I don't know. Oh yeah, for sure. People will 100% pay it. Yes. I will probably end up paying it, but it's I'm still for the indies. The $20 games, man.
That's right. We're over here like, we want the small indie titles. Also, Grand Theft Auto 6. My God.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of what's going to happen if we go to $100 games. It's not going to be, hey, a game came out this Friday, let's buy it. Oh, the next week, let's buy the next game. It's going to be like, that's the tent pole game. You go and buy the GTA once a year, the $100 game once a year. But most of the time, you're going to be spending your time in a $15 to $30 games. That's going to be most of your time.
I think that's totally fair. Like the GTAs are the exception, not the rule. Right. And I think they need to be. Now, you know, the rumors that they spent $2 billion developing out GTA. And yes. But they're going to make that back up on the first weekend.
Oh, dude, yeah.
It'll be the biggest entertainment launch in history when GTA 6 launches, which is crazy, you know. But it does look like it's going to be great quality, which all GTA games historically are. So John Kanji says, hey, Garrett and Craig, are y'all going to Dallas Fan Expo? Also, does Marvel vs. Capcom 2 count as one of the best PlayStation 2 games as well? No, it doesn't.
It was on.
I know, but it's an arcade game. It's an arcade game, definitely.
That's true. Yeah,
or a Dreamcast game. Yeah. You going to Dallas Fan Expo?
Yep, I will be there. I'm going to be hanging out with Ripa and his booth and just, you know, shopping, doing my thing.
Wonderful. I may make it out there for a day or so. I'm definitely going to go to DreamHack, which is coming up very quickly. Got some friends coming down for that. So
what's that?
DreamHack is coming up at the end of the month. It's I don't know. DreamHack. I don't know. I'll send you information about it.
Okay, is it like a convention kind of?
Yeah. It's a big old event. Yeah.
I've been to QuakeCon. Is it comparable?
Bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, bigger than QuakeCon. It's a big old event. Yeah. Anonymous says this of it. I think it says think of it as a broken clock, Craig. We're supposedly supposed to be an objective, normal man here. If an RPG is too wordy, we can complain about it. If he'd act about Quest 64, I'm sure you wouldn't be pro. Thank you, Anonymous. Switzerland says, can Craig do a skipittle? Fuck you, Switzerland. I'm not reading that shit. All right. Victor says, I'm a little behind, but boss fights are the test to see if you're ready for the next portion of the game. Yeah. That's precisely the problem. The world is not easy. There is no easy way out. Get good. Yes. Ian says, I will Montez you as penance for being a dick. Thank you, Ian. And Nova Slayer says, the last GTA game I played was Vice City. Truthfully, about GTA 6, could not care less, but that's just me.
Wow, Vice City? You didn't play San Andreas? Or 3? Man, the
Or 4 or
shenanigans I
5.
got up into in 3. Or 5, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of good stuff. Miner says, please show Quarter Black Garrett this meme I made for him. Blabs, is there a meme that needs to be shown? Oh.
No one needs
Get
to
out of
know.
here. How dare you?
That's interesting. Well, we did hit our Montez goal, which is spectacular. And we will actually put up a second one here in just a second. Garrett, way to go. You get to pick today's Montez. Would you like to go pick a number between 1 and 15?
Okay. 11.
11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, Earthbound it is.
Bitch! Montez!
Nice.
Montez.
Montez indeed. Blabs, you said we have some breaking news
Yep.
regarding the Pope.
Yep.
Shall you do the sounder again?
I mean, I don't know if you want to.
Here you go. Cover your ears. There you go. All right. All right. Breaking news. Blabs, what do we got?
Oh, I'm pulling it up. Okay. Well, apparently we have a new pope, and he's American.
Oh,
what?
Wow.
Robert Prevost, first American pope in history. This is all over the place. I know this is from Defiant Elves, but like I'm seeing on CBS. This was just the fastest one I could get right now. Even his Wikipedia page was just updated in front of my face. It didn't say pope, and now it does. So yeah.
Wow. All right.
There we go.
There we go. Now we know.
Patriots win.
Let's go. Fucking America. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Let's what, Blabs? You got a problem with my Eagles?
No, I just wasn't expecting that one. That's all.
Okay, sorry. Well, maybe you should. From all times. Fucking America. Let's go. All right. Continuing on with the GTA thing real quick. I saw this headline and I was like, we got to talk about this. This is from Nintendo Life. Former Rockstar dev throws shade at Mario Kart World, says the new GTA will be worth the price. You think Mario Kart competes with a game like this?
Dang.
That's right. All right. Says former Rockstar animator Mike York, who previously worked on GTA 5 and Red Dead 2, has now chimed in the comments on how the, quote, detail and amount of realism in the new GTA will justify its price point while throwing shade at the new Mario Kart game and its pricing, suggesting Nintendo's games simply can't compete. Said, no other game has the detail and amount of realism that this does and will have when it's released. So nobody complaining. So everyone complaining out there just needs to zip it up, because whatever amount this game cost, $80 or whatever, it's going to be worth it. And all those other games that come out for $70, $90. I mean, look, you've got Mario Kart for $90. You think Mario Kart competes with a game like this as far as how much stuff they put into the game?
I mean, he's got a point. Like Mario Kart it's great. I love Mario Kart. Don't get me wrong. $90 for Mario Kart? That's ridiculous. Like Mario Kart should be a $30 game. Like it should be $30 because all you do is race, and it's not even really complex racing. You're kiddie kid racing. It's fun. I love Mario and I love Nintendo, but like $90, that's stupid.
Let me tell you this right now. You're on dangerous waters here, because you're talking about Mario Kart being kiddie racing. But there are some people who will fight you. It
is. If you, it's all because of the freaking bullet and the blue shell and all the other stuff. They need to have a mode where you take none of those. Take all of those upgrades off, and it's just pure racing.
Well, I mean, don't they have that? You can remove all the little features and stuff.
Yeah.
I still listen. I think the word kiddie friendly is a bit much, but it's definitely family friendly for sure, which is why I think it shouldn't be so fucking expensive because it's meant to be for kids, for everybody. Everyone should be. Gaming is not a privilege. Like I understand it's not like a necessity, right? Food, clothing, shelter, that's a necessity, but it's definitely not like some rich kid privilege. It should be a form of entertainment. That's how the cinemas are shit now, right? You start pricing the high up, your shitty movies. It's the same thing. It should be for everyone. It should be cheap so everyone can afford it.
Yeah. There's no reason there should be a standard. Like, why is it $90 because you're making a new standard? Just make it the amount of content in the game is reflected in the price. $90 for a racing game? No.
I mean, I don't even think anything should be any video game at this point should be $90. That's whack.
Well, I'll say this,
I agree.
I have said that I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe may be the best pure video game of all time, just as far as it's been
totally fun.
It's the most fun. Yeah. It's the funnest of all the fun games. And it's been active through 2 consoles. I mean, it started on the Wii U and now it's on the Switch and at least Mario Kart 8, and then the Deluxe came out, and they've supported Deluxe for the better part of a decade now. And I'm on board with what's being thrown down with Nintendo. But look, $80, I don't know.
Nintendo shell.
Ultimately, the market will decide. Like I said, $80, I have no problem. However, these companies want to price their games, no problem with it.
You're the problem.
No, I'm not, Blabs, because ultimately, if
you and the greedy corporations.
No, Blabs. If somebody wants to price their game $200, let them. There are games out there that cost hundreds of dollars. Ultimately, the market decides if there's value in it. So if Nintendo releases an $80 game and nobody buys it, they go, "Well, we fucked up," and they drop the price.
Yeah,
they know that people are going to buy an $80 game. They got you by the fucking nads, Blabs. They got you, Blabs, by the.
I don't have any.
Well, they got the
metaphorically.
That's
metaphorically speaking.
These are metaphorical balls.
It's true. So, ultimately the market will decide if there's value there. And if it's $80 in value, if their friends are playing, like, you got to play this game. Ultimately, you will make some sort of impromptu decision, or you will make a very smart decision and say, I don't want this game for $80. The market always decides. Always. Can we stop down for a second and talk about the market actually deciding in a big way? This is interesting. Speaking of the price of video games, we don't give a whole lot of wins to EA, but they're getting a big dub here with this, as EA is bucking the industry trend and says it has no plans to increase video game prices. Right here.
Wow.
That's interesting. Yes, I know.
EA not being a greedy bastard? There's a trick here.
Yes. Well, what's going on here, huh?
What's happening?
That's
right. Are you selling my information, EA? I know you are.
Well, addressing investors in its latest financial call, CEO Andrew Wilson, very generic white guy name, says the company's focus was to, quote, deliver incredible quality and exponential value for our player base, which is great, such as the hit co-op adventure Split Fiction, which that game's been gangbusters here, 4 million copies. Wow. In terms of pricing power, our business is very different today than it was just 10 years ago. In a world where everything we did 10 years ago was about selling shiny discs and plastic boxes in retail shelves, well, that's still part of the business. It's a significantly smaller part of our business. And we now have pricing representation, everything from free to play all the way to deluxe editions and beyond. At the end of the day, whether we're doing something that cost $1, we're doing something that costs $10, and we're doing something that costs $100, our objective is always to deliver incredible quality and exponential value for our player base. And what we've discovered over the course of time is when we marry quality and value together, our business is strong, resilient, and continues to grow. From a guidance perspective, we've reflected no changes in our current pricing strategy at this point.
There's
What he
a
said
catch. There's got to be a catch, man.
There's got to be something in there.
Somebody brought up in the chat. I think they're spot on. Microtransactions. It's like apps in the App Store where they're free. You get the app and you think it's free, and then you open it up and it's like, hey, you got to subscribe. You got to subscribe to this thing, or here, don't you want to buy some extra bucks? You know, some credits or something. That's got to be what it is. They want to get that low price so you can get in, and then you just you whale them. You spend all your money there.
The in-app purchases for sure.
Yes.
When you get the free app and it says, oh, you know, then you do one thing that's cool and it goes, oh, you can do that 3 more times if you just pay $4.99.
All right, yeah. So EA, you get no sympathy from me. I see what you're doing.
Just a jaded son of a bitch you are.
I am with EA specifically. Freaking you bastards.
Yeah, they're on my shit list.
Oh,
they won't give me my Battlefront 3 for Star Wars. They were working on it, and they're like, Battlefield, and it's like garbage.
They won't give you your Battlefield 3.
Listen, I will die on this hill. They were finally making Battlefront 2 2017 good in 2020, and then they were like, peace. And they just cut service, and I was like, it was finally good. And what they gave us, like fucking FIFA balls, BB8 and BB9. Like, who asked for that? And I swear, that ISB agent is Padme with a scar and uglified, and it's Ahsoka's hands because her hands hold the dual pistols backwards like Ahsoka would. I swear, they literally had those 2 girls ready to go, and they're like, we're out. And they went for Battlefield, and I will never forgive them. Yeah. Give me Battlefront 3!
So how do you really feel about it, Blabs? Jesus. All right. Mercenary says, yeah. New Pope is going to be super woke.
Mercenary, you think like the can outside your house is super woke. Like, calm down.
Miku came in and says, Vance visits then American Pope. Mission complete.
Oh my goodness.
Marius came in and says, yeah, because we play Mario Kart for the realism. That's right. The Deep Fryer came in and says, counterpoint to Kotaku's argument, anything made by Platinum Games, they make boss fights an art form. Raptor Kratos came in and says, GTA 6 is going to bend Mario Kart over once it comes out in May 26th.
Just in time for my birthday.
Mine too. Wait, when's your birthday?
23rd.
Mine's 28th.
Hey.
Hey, speaking of
May
Blabs, we got a big birthday coming up for you, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's on the schedule. I saw that. We're gonna need to do.
I put yours in there too. You know.
We'll
I
need
put
to do
everybody's in there.
We'll do a big birthday blowout stream for you.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
It'll be on Wednesday with Mally. So it's good luck, Craig.
be like girls party time. It'll be great. Miner, did we see Miners?
Yes, that was the
Okay.
meme. I guess it just didn't clear.
Bentley came in and says, I missed the PS2 talk, but a great game on the PS2 on the original Xbox was Mercenaries Playground of Destruction.
Yes.
Remaster.
Love that game.
Marmalin says, stuff in a game that looks good, but plays like all GTAs have over the last 30 years. Just saying, having more realistic looking stuff doesn't equate to a fun game. Fuck both these games. All right, Marmalin, how do you really
That's
feel?
fair. That's fair. If the game isn't innovative, I think that was a little bit of my problem with Red Dead Redemption 2. I know a lot of people love it, and I do like it, but I felt like the game didn't innovate a whole lot. It was like, oh, you can etch into your gun and you can brush your horse. And I was like, but is there anything else? Anything new? No, not really. So we'll see if it's just the same old, $100 for like something that just looks photorealistic. I can just go outside. Like it's, I want to see some innovation. I want them to bring back the San Andreas. Like if you work out, you get buff. If you eat fast food, you get fat. Bring that stuff back. I like that stuff.
I like that too. Eat a lot, get fat, just like IRL, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Steven says, we got a new Pope. Pope Leo the 14th, the first American. Thank you for that, Steven. Appreciate that. We do. Lord Botha says, so Mafia, the old country, drops their trailer and right after a new Pope is announced? I don't believe in those kinds of coincidences. I'll tell you this. I do think that the entire Catholic faith was waiting for Mafia, the old country, to drop their trailer. So
It's true. The trailer did drop. I have it if you ever want to watch it.
I want to get to our final story. Maybe we can take a look at it tomorrow.
Okay.
Does that sound good? Okay. All right, cool. But before we do, Mercenary says God must have had a talk with EA or hidden stuff. There you go. God did it. That's right. All right. Gusium says voting with your wallet means nothing when blind consumerism rules the market. Gamers are very simple creatures. They will follow the shiny. Quagmire says, I can't find a normal man answer this question. Please help me. What is Ricky Horror Picture Show? You mean Rocky? Seems like something that should be burned in hell rings. Do you know what Rocky Horror Picture Show is, Garrett?
Yes, I've seen half of the movie. I couldn't get through the whole thing because I don't love musicals. But I do like a lot of people that were in the movie. But I couldn't get through the movie.
Great White says, that's not quarter black, Garrett. That's 3/4 white, Jared. Unbelievable, really. Kind of upsetting.
Just uncalled for, really.
It's so racist. It's ridiculous. Really, just calling it, looking at his color like that. I actually have news for you, and I'm sorry, Quagmire, to break this news to you, but
you are racist.
Sorry.
Oh my God, I became Netflix Blabs.
literally
representing. It's almost June.
Yes, literally shut off our. She's representing BLM here with her black. That's right. Double Hawk says, I would call Kotaku a bunch of paste eaters, but that would be insulting to actual paste eaters. Also, shout out to the Alpha Chad. Quarter black Garrett. Right there.
Double Hawk.
That's right. Wist, I will not read this. I will not at all. And Syndrome, I will not read that either.
Go on.
I'm not going to say skippable a bunch. I'm not.
You're not.
I'm not.
Maybe you'll finally get it.
Nope, I did. I got it.
You just said it perfectly just then.
Try it again one more time.
Skippable.
There you go.
That's right.
Head pat.
Thank you for that. Appreciate that. All right, let's go to this final story. It involves one of our friends on the show. This kind of dropped a couple days ago, and I've been, interested to talk about this. We have Kirsche on every couple of weeks, and we're going to be working with Kirsche more and more as we move ahead. But when she was on about a month ago, she was talking about her partnership with Gamer Subs. Garrett, have you ever heard of Gamer Subs before?
Yes, yeah. I think they sponsored us on FNT. I've had their stuff. It's not bad.
Nice. I have not used Gamer Subs before, but they sponsor a lot of folks, and good for them. She was talking about how she was trying to sell some cups, and maybe they'll give her a flavor and stuff. Well, Kirsche talks about things on the internet, and anytime you talk about things on the internet, people get upset about the things you talk about on the internet. So I'm not familiar with Sportskita.com. They're not exactly a big player when it comes to websites for me. But we have an article from Sportskita, specifically this person named Richik Bata, whatever. I don't know. This is him over on Sportskita, and he does have an X account. He has been specializing in streamer content for over 2 years. He also manages a group of writers who craft relevant news and features about content creators on platforms like Twitch. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Before he worked at Sportskita, he interned at The Ken. All right. And there we go. Sportskita right here, also over on, or this guy also over on X. We'll just call him Rich. Okay. So Rich over here, he wrote this article about Kirsche, and it is a blatant hit piece when it comes to reading these things. VTuber Kirsche, and we're crossing over to the IRL world here, which is, I think, what makes people so upset. But VTuber Kirsche goes viral for seemingly defending Shiloh Hendrix fundraiser after a latter reportedly calls a child the N-word here. Now, it says a clip from VTuber Kirsche's Twitch and YouTube streams from May 3rd, 2025 has garnered a lot of attention on social media after the streamer seemingly defended Shiloh Hendrix fundraiser. During her stream, Kirsche was reacting to a specific post by user X Bostonians against Mayor, whatever, when she gave her remarks about Shiloh Hendrix fundraiser online. And so right here, so the VTuber called out the social media user, calling them hypocritical for wanting to shut down the charity drive because the same platform allowed the Carmelo Anthony fundraiser. She stated that they shouldn't shut down Hendrick's campaign, reasoning that the Minnesota residents' actions were much less serious than Anthony's, who raised over $500,000 with a similar fundraising campaign on Give, Send, Go after being charged in the case of Austin Metcalf's stabbing. Now, just to be clear, we have not really talked about this on the show, this whole Austin Metcalf thing and or this other situation here, but Kirsche obviously has. So what we've seen here is people more or less going after Kirsche when it comes to trying to get her canceled by gamer subs. And to put this in perspective, we have this person over on X, or this VTuber, says, hey, check it out. Just like dangling the bait out there for gamer subs, trying to more or less get her canceled right here. This has 33,000 likes, 670,000 impressions on it over here. Garrett,
all she said was she should be allowed to be on there because the other one was on there as well.
Yes.
She didn't support calling people the N-word. She didn't say anything other than that. I mean, at least from the article, she just said, like, if this is going to be up there and that is a murder, then this could also be up there. I think they're both stupid to be up there, but you have the ability to do that. You should have the right. If the platform lets you do it, then do it.
So here's
why specifically pick out Kirsche for this?
Right. And that's the issue here is that, and look at how this is framed one more time. And this is very, very important. It says a clip of VTuber Kirsche's Twitch and YouTube stream from May 3rd, 2025 has garnered a lot of attention after the streamer seemingly defended Shiloh Hendricks's fundraiser, right? This right here. So this is framed as she's
seemingly
right.
is doing a lot of heavy lifting here.
Right. Exactly. When in reality, she's saying, hey, if one's going to be on, they both should probably be on, right? That seems like an extremely vanilla take, but that somehow has gotten to the point to where people are wanting to cancel Kirsche. So much so, this has become like a viral story, and Kirsche likes to stay out of drama, and I totally respect that, which is why she doesn't like talking about stuff on the show when she's on. But I'll fucking talk about it because I think Kirsche said nothing wrong when it comes to this. All she said was, as you said, if one's going to go up, the other one should be up too, right? Very simple. But she also has a thing for Asmongold. And Asmongold chimed in on this yesterday. And I wanted to play a little bit of this video and we can react to him reacting to it. This is about 6 minutes here. And we'll just kind of take a look at this and see what the things he says, and we'll kind of bounce off it as well. You good with that, Garrett?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how this goes here.
Soy Boy constantly stalks Kirsche, trying to everything that they can to.
Now we are going to need to get past the idea that he keeps calling her Kirsche, but just
Kirsche.
Cancel them. What is this here? What did she even say?
The fact that you can raise money for calling a 5-year-old the N-word is insane. Hope they shut down her campaign. They shouldn't. They didn't shut down Carmelo Anthony's campaign. So getting...
She's right. If you want, like, if they can do... Yeah, she's totally right.
Mad at this just outs you as, like, a very hypocritical person.
Well, it's not even hypocritical because hypocritical implies it's a double standard. There's not even a double standard. You have one guy that's stabbing someone and killing them in the chest with the knife, and you have another girl that's saying a word. So they're not even equivalent to begin with. So, and this is the problem with this whole conversation. No, Kirsche's completely fucking right. Yes, there is no justification for taking down her Give, Send, Go, but not Carmelo Anthony's. Carmelo Anthony's is 1,000 fucking times worse. It's not even comparable. It's infinitely worse.
I think that's one of the interesting things about this, Garrett, and I'll let you kind of talk about this as we'll continue on here in a second. But the idea that calling somebody a name is on the same level of stabbing somebody in the chest.
Right. I don't know. I've said some stuff about this whole situation that people are not happy about. I think they're both stupid. Having fundraisers for either of these situations is kind of dumb. Or supporting them, because it's just, I don't know. It's just there's a whole tit for tat thing that's going on the internet, and it's just stupid. That being said, murdering somebody and saying hurtful things to somebody, completely different things. I completely agree with Asmongold. These are not even on the same level. So if you're going to allow that, then you have to allow that. You have to allow her to have a fundraiser as well. Like, do we have rules or do we not have rules? Are the rules applied to everybody or just select people?
Apparently we don't. We don't have
Are the rules in the room with us right now?
Were they ever here?
Mhm.
Yes. So here we go. Let's continue.
And so, yes, I don't even understand. And so this is her defending it. This isn't her defending it. This is common fucking sense.
Which is severely lacking in today's society. The idea of common sense and looking at this, which, look, Asmongold does, whether you like him or not, I think he does a very good job of articulating what most people are thinking in very succinct sound bites. I think he's very, very good at that. And whether you think of his physical appearance, whatever, it doesn't matter. He does a good job of speaking, way better than most people, and computing his thoughts way better than I could. So that's why he's who he is at this point, a top 3 streamer in the world.
How does anybody not think this? The VTuber acknowledged most people don't support using racial slurs, but went on to compare Shadow Hendrix contracts about George Floyd. Bostonian guy, think it's okay to say a 5-word. No, I don't think most people think that's okay. Yes. She's right.
No racism, no hate. No racism, no hate. Unless it's against white people, I guess. Instead of donating to a trailer trash racist, you can donate to me instead. What?
And so that's where this comes. So this guy who's being critical, it's a grift for him, right? Which is just
does he have his own GoFundMe?
He does. I'm going to skip ahead here real quick because Asmongold says something during this, which I think is very, very important. He talks about creators and just gamer subs as a whole and sponsorships as a whole. And we've talked about sponsorships on the show and stuff. Some people like, go get that money. But the reality is that we don't want to have to rely on sponsorships, right? So I'm going to take this here.
We're just like unfollowed. That's an unfollow for me. Bostonian guy said, "Oh no, what am I going to do with that?"
Yeah, I don't remember you commenting on the Carmelo Anthony fundraiser. That's what I said too. I said this myself.
Followers.
Why aren't they right? Here's the reason why they're not writing articles about me like they are about Kirsche. Do you want to know the real reason why? It's because they know it won't matter. Like they know that if they write an article about me being a racist, all that's going to get me is another 1 million view video on YouTube. And it's going to be called, "I'm being canceled for being right." And, or something like this. Right. And it's insane. "I'm being canceled for fighting against racism." And we already know. So this is the reason why they do it. They attack people like her because she's smaller. She can't defend herself in the same way that I can. And they're hoping to effectively bully gamer subs into like not sponsoring her. Now, this is the truth.
Now, everything you said is 100% correct, right? As far as they're not going to go after Asmongold because he's too big. But the one thing that they haven't accounted for is that when you have a smaller audience, that audience is considerably more loyal to you. I'm a big believer in that there's having an audience and then there's having fans. And Kirsche has fans. While she may not have a massive audience yet, she has a group of people who enjoy her takes, and I would consider are fans of her, right? Asmongold has a massive audience with fans in it. And that's natural as you continue to grow and grow and grow. Your audience will get bigger. Your fans will grow as well, but the audience grows bigger than the fans will if you're side by side. But that's one thing that people aren't considering when they attack sponsors here, is that the fans of these creators, they will push back just as hard as you're pushing, if not more, than the idea of, well, we need to cancel this sponsorship here. We've seen this countless times. And ultimately, you know who's going to win here? It's going to be gamer subs, and it's going to be Kirsche. because Gamer Subs is going to sell a shit ton more Kirsche stuff, and Kirsche is going to continue to grow because of this. How many times have we seen this, man?
Yeah. I think they're becoming savvy. Places like Gamer Subs, these sponsors that go to the creators specifically and are genuinely trying to connect to their audience, because the people that are going to buy a sponsorship item that a creator puts out is going to be those fans. It's going to be the people that want to support that creator, that are the most loyal people. So just dropping them at the mere breath of some kind of controversy only hurts their brand. So I think like Gamer Subs, they've gone and gotten a lot of great creators that are not squeaky clean, right? So I don't think they're afraid. I don't foresee them pulling out because of this stupid article or people trying to cancel her. And I think more sponsorships, like I said, have become savvy and have become to the point where they will not just drop, because it's dumb. It's dumb for them. It's dumb for the creator. It's dumb for the audience. I like that we're moving past all this. And these things just don't even matter anymore. Like, who's reading? Nobody's reading this article. Nobody's following this person. They don't have power anymore. They used to, but we became savvy as an audience, as a culture, and went, these articles don't matter anymore to us. We can't cancel each other because of stupid shit like this. And when you actually read the article doesn't even have an argument. It's just, look what this person they seemingly no, she didn't. She said, if you have this fundraiser, then you should also have this fundraiser.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is the whole, you don't hate journalists enough.
Absolutely.
And the framing associated, that's the issue here. Like, they're going in with an agenda, right? They're going in with an agenda to farm clicks, to create controversy, to keep people coming back, generating ad revenue. And now we're at a point, like Side Scrollers has been fairly under the radar. We have a great audience, great normal men who watch us on a day-to-day basis, but we're not showing up on Drama Alert or these channels on a day-to-day basis. We're just hanging out, having a good time. We're not looking to start shit with anybody most of the time, but occasionally we get into a little bit of nonsense, but everybody does. If you're a creator online, eventually you're gonna rub your nose in some shit. But this isn't this isn't Kirsche rubbing her nose in some shit. This is somebody taking her nose and shoving it into shit and that's the issue that I have with this stuff. I don't think she said anything that is even remotely controversial. But once again, as your audience grows, people will find these things. And in today's society of, people want to be offended. That's just the way it goes. I saw this comment over here on the Asmongold video. It says, offended by everything, ashamed of nothing, entitled to everything, contributing nothing. And like, that perfectly sums up like the society that we're currently living in right now. I want to continue this video here. And I know I'm around the point in the video. I try to skip ahead. But Asmongold says something about creators as a whole here that I want to really highlight.
And even if you don't agree with her and you think that that's not the way it should be, you should also acknowledge that it is the way it is. I don't care about what your opinion on how life should be. At least acknowledge what's in plain sight. I think it's more in the tensions, and the George Floyd thing was just a tipping point. The fact is that I was very much like in favor of the I was a George Floyd supporter in general. Like, I didn't like that Derek Chauvin guy.
He goes in a little bit more here. Let me skip ahead real quick because he talks. I want to get to this specific point. I should have time coded this up. Sorry about that, guys.
Officer before this is that whenever I see this, I think to myself, this is a person who is trying to explain the way that other people feel, and she's getting canceled, and they're trying to cancel her for this, just simply for expressing the way that people feel. And the reason why is because the people that have this mindset are so afraid of other people finding out that there's actually a consensus against them. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, who gives a fuck? You're making me sad right now. No, I'm being honest. And yeah, cop to get a job. Cop to his job. I don't want to argue about the George Floyd.
He goes on to talk about. I'm sorry, I don't know. Pulled up. That's my fault. But he goes on to talk about how creators, when it comes to like gamer subs or whatever, pick your sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends, like these companies, they don't care about the social politics of this. They don't care about LGBTQ rights. What they care about is putting more money into their pockets. Like that is the company's job, is to make as much money as possible, extract money from you for their bottom line. So as soon as somebody they sponsor steps in that shit, oftentimes they are quick to drop them, right? Now, GamerSupps has not done that in this situation, but and good on them. And I think GamerSupps will ultimately just keep their mouth shut on this whole thing and just ignore it, and it'll go away. There's always a dust up online. But he talks about the importance of not having to do that. And I sent this message to Blabs in Phoenix yesterday, and we're going to have some announcements about Plus here very, very soon, Side Scrollers Plus, and the kind of our vision for this, because I do see what we're doing over here as hopefully a safe haven for people to where they don't have to worry about all the sponsorships and bullshit. And we'll be announcing some stuff here really, really soon. But Kirsche will be involved, and hopefully you guys watching will be involved as well, because I 100% agree with this. And when you have sponsors, it gives people a target. It gives people a target, and that's scary for a lot of creators, because that's why some creators are so particular of it. I mean, Garrett, I'm sure you can talk about this. You guys, I wouldn't say are exactly toting the company line when it comes to some of your takes or societal norms, I suppose. So have you guys seen anybody attack any of your sponsors?
No, I don't think we're big enough for people to come out and attack us specifically. But I mean, I've been on shows where they have. I've been on shows where they do the same exact thing that happened here, where they tag the sponsor and go, "Oh, have you seen this? What about this?" So I've definitely experienced that before. But I like I said earlier, I just don't think it has power anymore. I think we're past that as a culture. We've moved on. At first, it was like, shock. Oh my gosh, that person's racist because random person number 18 on Twitter said that they were. So that must be true. Now I have to pull out all my sponsorship. I just don't think it's happening anymore to this level. So, and I love to see. We may be wrong about it. Who knows? We don't know the future, but I don't think GamerSupps is going to pull out because they know what they got into.
Yeah.
So if they do, and that just means another sponsor that is just not afraid to sponsor good creators. So I think we're moving in the right direction. Is all it. And I think people like this are they're in the past. They're writing articles, which is 100% in the past. Nobody's reading those.
Right.
They're in the past because they're still using these stupid tactics that don't work. People just don't care. They've moved on.
What's interesting about this, and you can tell a lot of people a lot about somebody's social media profile very quick. And the person who initially posted this post trying to flag GamerSupps over here, I don't know who they are, but I learned a lot about them by simply looking at their profile. You can see right here,
right there,
bingo bongo. You've learned really quick everything you need to know just with the PIB right there, the pronouns in bio. You can also learn by simply just searching on their profile for GamerSupps. And if you scroll down, look at all the posts here that are about GamerSupps, them trying to tag. These are all related to Kirsche. So like it's
got a hate boner for Kirsche.
Yes, exactly.
Kirsche.
Yeah, right. So you can see what's going. Like this isn't just a one-time thing. This is an activist going out of their way to ruin Kirsche's career.
Yeah,
and that's fucked up. I think that's really fucked up. So, look, Kirsche said nothing wrong, right? And if you think she did, you clearly have a mental issue. and you don't have that common sense. We're going to stand with Kirsche and what she has going on. Look, I'm not saying Kirsche did. She didn't. But people will make mistakes, people we associate with. And not everybody's going to make the right decision all the time. And you know what? That's okay. But it's just like friends. Sometimes friends fuck up. You gotta call them on it. You call them on their shit. You talk to them privately or whatever. And once again, I'm not saying Kirsche did that at all. I'm saying just people we have on the show. We have a lot of people on our show. I'm sure Garrett's going to one day wake up next to a dead hooker and a line of fentanyl next to it. It's going to be crazy. And you know what we'll do, Garrett? We'll forgive you for that. All right.
All right. I'll come on the next day.
That's right.
Do a show.
See you the next day and you can talk about it. So it'll be great. I just for shits and giggles looked on this person's profile and searched Kirsche's name.
Oh my goodness.
Totally sane person.
Yeah. Very sane behavior.
Holy shit. Let's see how far it goes. Oh my God. So there you go. This is it. Look at this long scroll here. Yeah. This is insane. So
what a bent.
Look, consider the fucking source, man, at this point. How insane is that? Living rent free. Oh, is this something about me? Oh, it is. This person says something about me, right? And the Real Game Awards here.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. That's right. Nice. Love that. Let's go. And by the way, that's fucking hilarious. All right.
Kojima.
For the record, the outline, that is literally the outline of his face. And people were like, that's so racist. No, it's literally the outline of his face.
That's a caricature. Do you know what that is? Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so fucking good. Anyways,
looks like
what a bunch of fucking nitwits. All right, we got some super chats to get to. Garrett, we will let you bounce if you like, or you can stick around for a couple super chats that may or may not be directed your way. I'm
chilling.
Your call. You're gonna chill. Fucking A, let's go. All right, let's get to some supers. I'll start here. Game Hunter Sirius says, by the way, we are 2 supers away from our next Montez goal. Let's get on that. Let's go. Game Hunter says, PS2, Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, Final Fantasy X. There's just a bunch of fucking good games. Nostalgia. Hey. Let's go. Time Splitters. Thank you so much, Game Hunter. Appreciate your support. D. What says, have Adam Krigler back on the show. We'd love to have Adam on the show. Great. Game Hunter came back, says, as a tribute to Kirsche, I will draw Asmongold as Himbo Gold, princess carrying Kirsche. I wonder how many people would have enjoyed that. Still trying to draw Asmongold with a goblin tribal tattoos. Montez, all right, Game Hunter. Well, good for you. Risk Video says, from the crowd that believes words and or silence is violence. Montez, thanks. Risk Videos, appreciate that. Matt Hatter says, Kirsche's audience has some, quote, lovable pranksters who have convinced other creators, including Asmongold, that her name is pronounced Kirsche. Ah, there you go. Nice. And Dirtus King says, remember to use code Kirsche at GamerSubs to get 10% off your order. Support the Foxu and for Lifu. By the way, you can use promo code FoxLady at Side Strollers Plus to support her. And once again, we do have some announcements coming very soon. Sturgeon says, for Montez, Chad Strollers, let's go. Thank you, Sturgeon. Eden says, I love that quarterback Garrett talks with his hands folds, but folds his arms when he's thinking mode. That's good.
I am a hand talker. Maybe I'm quarter Italian. That might be a thing.
Well, Blabs knows something about that, don't you, Blabs?
You got a little bit of the
Blabs. Listen. When she's actually speaking, not on the show, it's just like fucking word spaghetti. It's all over the place. It's crazy.
Word spaghetti? Why did you use that term?
I talk Italian to his dogs.
That's right. Payne says, Kirsche is one of the nicest people on the internet. She exudes joy and warmth that is desperately missing these days. Yes, but she's evil.
Yeah.
That's right. Knight says, let's go support the Fox Lady and once again embarrass those lamos and everyone and everywhere else. Let the cultural rebellion against this cultural revolution grow stronger. There we go. Kirsche calls Asmongold Daddy or Papa Roach. Mercenary says, the lady that says the N-word lives in Minnesota. She has no choice but to get out of there. People will want to stop her funds want to hurt her physically. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. All right, Blabs, let's see if we can find some supers for Quarter Black here. And while you do that, I'm going to look at Mercenary says, combine Bucky, Beaver Nuggets, it's genius. Miku says, watch it, Quarter Black.
Well, I found one. Young Sky says, Garrett, you're not exaggerating. The 6th gen was peak, in my opinion, from games like KH1 and 2, PSO, especially 1 and 2, Shinobi for the PlayStation 2, DOA 3, Armored Core, A New Age.
Bro, just stacks on stacks.
I think that's all specifically for Garrett. I'm scrolling. Oh, look. Sorry, Craig. There's this one that really pisses me off, and I know it pisses off Craig too. He's not Craig, forget Craig. Garrett. He says, I hope the new Harry Potter show gets the Wheel of Time treatment. Every fandom should feel the pain. No, that's not how it works.
I've already felt enough pain in my other fandoms, damn it. I want one thing. God damn.
That's not how it works. People don't want to feel the pain. They want to feel like the lovely source material come to life on the big screen. That's what everybody wants.
It's too late. It's too late. It's already been tainted.
Fine. Are you going to watch the new show, Garrett? I have to ask.
I'm going to watch it. We're probably going to review it. So I'm going to have to watch it regardless. But
I haven't decided if I'm going to watch it yet or not. I really kind of don't
I got to be aware. I got to be aware.
Yeah, that's my thing. I want to know what's going on. I don't want to talk about it if I can't see it. But I also don't want to watch it.
It's a streaming show, so it'll more than likely be day and date on the high seas. So I don't have to let them know that I watched it. You know
right. I don't even have HBO in the first place. Anyway. Market Reality for 20 says, I enjoyed meeting Quarter Black Garrett this time in Orlando. He had his hotel canceled. My hotel was upgraded to a 2-bedroom suite with a living room and a kitchen.
You just rubbing it in? What the heck is that? You don't have to add that.
I have a fun story about Garrett in Orlando. So he was my ride buddy on the Velocicoaster. Do you remember that? And when we go on this ride, everybody's screaming their asses off. And then we get like a little dip where like all of our faces just change. And that's when the camera takes your picture on the ride. So everyone's like screaming their heads off. And Garrett looks absolutely bored out of his mind. Like that is the photo. Like the face he's making. That's it. Do it again. Yeah, that's him on the ride.
It is. That was the photo.
In absolute terrify about this
Which is
ride.
Crazy because I really enjoyed that ride.
He did.
That was a fun ride. It's like the best coaster I've ever had. It was so fast and crazy turns and stuff. But yeah, it just got me at that moment where I'm just like...
So we're all like screaming our heads off and Garrett's just like, yeah, it's fine, whatever. Emperor Creatine for 10 says, if an Italian only has one arm, is that an accent or a speech impediment? What do you guys think of the theory that PlayStation 5 has no games because Sony went hard into live service only for Concord to happen?
I mean...
Could be. Maybe. That guy...
I think Craig's muted.
Yeah. Were you speaking?
Yeah, I was just talking to myself. That's all.
Oh.
Okay.
That guy, Gus, for 10, says, got out of my meeting, walk in on people chatting rando games. Front Mission 3 is insanely underrated. Kirsche gushing over Ghost Hunter, only to find out he was like 19 and be sad was hilarious.
Thank you.
Reese, what's up, Craig?
I was going to say, the big news is the Pope today. And you were saying Mercenary gets upset about, he calls the can outside woke, right?
Yeah.
Well, apparently here's some social media posts from the new Pope. And they are not exactly kind to the current administration. So just throwing that out there.
So basically he's the same thing as last time, the Pope. Nothing's changed.
Just
anyway,
let everybody know.
Commies. Okay. Reese for 2 says, even if these bloggers and journalists weren't in the field, they'd still be out there in some form or another, bringing misery to others.
Yeah, just personally and interactions between people.
Reese also says that Nintendo keeps taking ideas that could have went into an F-Zero game and puts them into Mario Kart because Miyamoto sucks at racing and needs a bullshit way to win. You know who agrees?
Montez.
Useless says, I really enjoyed Rad, Robot Alchemic Drive on the PlayStation 2. If you know that game, color me surprised. I don't know the game. Yeah. Sorry. Bijan! I, for one, am really excited for our new Skibbity Boss fight Utopia. Don't blame me. Blab said I had to do it, and it's regards to skippable, and then he's like skippable because we forgot the E. Thank you, Mercenary. And then Mercy says, pick up that phone because I called it. All right, Mercy, we'll give you the one. Garrett's like, hello. Kirak says, why the fuck would you want to skip the boss fights? They're the best part. Skip the filler battles, not the bosses. Yeah. Wist also says, sounds like Craig should get Blabs a copy of Cuphead as an apology. You have my Steam, Craig. Off you go.
Okay, let me see. Hold on.
Saint for one says, any chance to see Nermal at Disney Abu Dhabi? Kirok says, it all depends on the quality of the writing. If the writing is good, I can listen to or read characters talking all day. If the writing is Dragon Age Veilguard, I will nope out very quickly. That's fair. Reese also says, I bought a PlayStation 2 at Kmart for $299.99 and shared a laugh with the cashier over the penny. Bada bing, bada boom, diamond cutter pose, bada bang.
All right.
Mercy says, I'm not open to all ideas like trans stuff and kids. Ian says, I can't believe they would have a second commie pope. The Vatican is the last place I'd expect to find corruption.
Wow.
He said sarcastically.
Hey, real quick, Blabs. Would you like to do Blabs versus on Cuphead one day?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sounds good. Because season 2 will be available exclusively over on Plus. And I'm looking at Cuphead right now. It is $14 over on Steam. So I think we can swing that in the budget.
Thanks.
But we need you guys to head over to Side Scrollers Plus, become supporters. There you go.
Bike Shirt says, it's hard for me to choose, but Jack and Dexter series is king.
Yeah.
It really is.
Potato Radio, playing catch-up, Pope Showdown is real. The rule that we're locked into a building after taking 3 years, John Paul II added meals shrink every day.
I knew it.
What a statement I just read. Thank you for that.
I like that.
Raptor says, the Sega Genesis for Jurassic Park is the superior one.
Oof.
I've not played that.
No, you haven't.
Garrett obviously has it. He's on the mission. Here he is.
He's got it. There it is. Yes, sir. He knew it.
Oh, baby. Hold up. And the booklet.
Nice.
And the game.
Wow. Okay, I always like to see how much it is. Hold on.
Nice. All right, you find that. I'm going to keep going supers.
Yep.
Wasp for 5 says, Call of Duty 2, the big red one, different game than COD 2, at some of the cast from Band of Brothers as voice actors. Is number 2 in favorite PlayStation 2 games. Number 1 is Ratchet and Clank Deadlock. Number 3 is Burnout 3. Thank you very much, Wasp.
Deadlock. That's an interesting pick out of the Ratchet and Clank series. I like Up Your Arsenal.
Bystander says, I don't think anyone would willingly fight Vader Jockey.
Hey, real quick.
Did you find it?
Yeah, you want to see how much your
Yeah.
It's not new. Garrett,
Okay.
But your Jurassic Park for the Sega Genesis. Do you remember how much you bought it for?
Maybe like $30.
Okay, $30 back in 1994. The Price is Right game. Good for you. It has gone up in value over the last few years. But right now, that complete price of Jurassic Park for the Sega Genesis is valued at $17.10.
Oh, you can take the wife out for dinner.
Yeah.
To get what?
I'm making that money.
To get what with that? What?
Not in these days.
Sarcastic. Pain for 2 says, glad to see you on Side Scrollers, Quarter Black. Haven't seen you since you left LWC. Side Scrollers is the nexus of common sense nerds.
Hey, I'm stealing that. The nexus of common sense nerds. Yeah, let's go.
Very nice.
Brought to you by Pain. The Paladin member for 13 months says, NOLA Airport for 8th grade DC trip. All tables were taking for breakfast. Walked up to a random guy and asked if I could sit. Take a seat, white boy. 1 on 2. Where's the rest of it, Polydane?
Oh no. Okay. Well, that's what he said. That's when he was talking to
when
Mystical.
he sat down. Okay.
Yes.
Derek for 1 says, yeah, but when I sit down with Blabs while she's alone so we can have a wholesome conversation, she thinks I'm trying to hit on her. Don't always go well. Well, it depends on your body language. Okay.
Yeah, if you're like this, like, hey, how you doing, Blabs?
Out, man.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Not a good way to open.
No. Miner says, what's pineapple in Quarter Black, Garrett? My ninja.
Just move on from that.
Benjamin says, yes, Benedict XVI was no German boy. And Jiggly says, new Pope. Personally, I prefer Popa-Cola Classic.
All right, Jiggly.
I think we got this one, but didn't clear. But thank you, Angela, for the gift
Yes.
of membership.
Okay. Wow. Busy day. Lots going on today. We have Garrett joining us, which is spectacular. I love it.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Garrett, where can everybody find you, my friend?
You can go to my channel on YouTube, Quarter Black Garrett, or Nega Garrett. It's my second channel. I'm going to make a video, put it up there. I have separated streaming and video channels. So if you want to check out my streaming, Sunday Funday every Sunday, and Friday Night Tights on the Nerdrotic channel.
There we go, right there. Look at that. Bingo. Do what I just did. Hit that subscribe
Hey.
button right there. Grow it a little bit more. You can find them more and
Thank
more
you.
every single day. Outstanding. All right, guys. Appreciate you all popping in. Thanks so much for being a part of our life, allowing us to be a part of yours. Hit the thumbs up button on the way out. Head over to Side Strollers Plus and consider becoming a supporter over there. We genuinely appreciate it, as that is the lifeblood of this show. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you guys when we're back at it tomorrow.
You raid.
Oh,
you
shit.
raid,
You're
you
right.
raid,
Don't,
you
yes.
raid.
Don't go anywhere. Yes, we're raiding. Holy shit. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Okay. Fuck. All right. Hold on. We're raiding in 1 second.
Damn it.
You're right,
You know,
Blabs.
here's the thing, guys. I highlight it in the document twice for Craig.
I'm long past looking at the document, Blabs. I moved past the document. Okay, we're going. Don't go anywhere. We're taking you.
Stay here.
Directly.
We're going on an
It'll take you
adventure.
somewhere.
I'm literally putting the redirection right here. This is the season finale of Nerd Duel.
Wait, did we get Montez too? Did we get Montez too? Did we crack it?
We sure did.
Round one. Fight.
Bitch! Montez!
Fatality.
Montez!
All right, there we go. People gonna try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great rest of your day, guys. See you later. Head over to watch Nerd Duel right now. Don't go anywhere. Bye bye.
Fatality.